What do you get with the French countryside and 3 great classes? You get the majors 2.4 hours of Le Mans. Bienvenue, bonjour, and bonsoir to everybody joining us here at Raidillon TV for the 2.4 hours of European Sportsman. This is going to be tasty, toasty, and I'm going to love every second of it. And join us as we take you around the French countryside with, I think, Craig King. Craig, how are we?
Bonsoir, bonsoir, Rob. Ça va?
Oui, ça va bien, et toi?
Ah, je suis fantastique. Monsieur Fit und Irre. I might be in the race session by accident. That is on Irre tonight. Hello, everybody. I know. Welcome to Le Mans. I had to get that out of the way. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention and
welcome
clicked
to
on the
La France. He said
La
France.
Welcome to La France. This feels like throwback to me, Rob. This feels like throwback. HPDs, which is open cockpit prototypes, the GT1s and the Porsche GT3s. It feels like when I first started watching Le Mans. Back as a little kid in the 2000s, in the late 19... I remember Audi doing the three-peat, the legendary three-peat with the same 3 drivers that was never done before and has never been done again. So this to me just feels like a bit of a throwback, and I cannot wait. And of course, 3 classes means 3 different winners, and also happy birthday Major Series. This is the 100th race in the Major Series. Happy birthday!
Yeah, very well.
Whatever it is.
It's a 100 race anniversary, really, and we're glad to be a part of it. So, guys, send your love to the boys in Major Toys, because it is a Major Series. It kind of is a birthday. It's the big 100. They're triple digits now.
Celebration. Do they get a letter from the? Do they get a card from the Queen? I'm not working today, but I can tell you that if you get a card from the Queen and your birthday's a Sunday, you might get it yesterday. So have Buckingham Palace been informed that they've? I don't know. Then again, it started over in the States across the pond, so I don't know what happens in America when you hit 100. So I'm not entirely sure.
Any Americans,
but over here in England, over here in England, when you hit 100, you get a card from the Queen. And then when you're 105, and then from there on in every year, which is fantastic because there was an elderly lady, I think turned 107, 108, that complained that she had the same photo every year.
She had the what?
The same photo. They didn't update the Queen's photo every year. The card had the photo of the Queen, Her Majesty, on the front. They never updated the photo. So every year when she turned 105, then 106, 107, she had the same card every year. To the point that when she turned 108, or I think 107, one or the other, His Royal Highness Prince William actually went to her house and hand-delivered her a new birthday card with a new design.
That's sweet, isn't it?
I know, it's really nice. So, really good here. You're seeing Mert. I'm going to absolutely destroy that name.
We are not going to get some names here.
Azuglu. Mert Azuglu. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, Azuglu. Yeah, you got it near there. I mean, if you're in the ballpark, I'm gonna give you a pass. But I'm not gonna let you off by you registering, because I'm gonna do this to you. Where's Craig King on the car number 427? He's not on the car.
Why am I 427? That's what I don't get. Why is my custom number 427? I don't know. Did I don't know.
I've never seen a... Sorry, just to say, I've never seen a Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car do 280 miles an hour. I feel like that's sacrilege.
Well, let's talk about that, Rob, just quickly for a second, because I mentioned it in one of our previous broadcasts. The new season patch brought an interesting change to this Porsche. At Daytona road course and at Le Mans, the Porsche Cup car has a restrictor plate on it. Well, I call it restrictor plate because that's what I know from oval racing. It is an engine restrictor, so you don't have insane speeds down these long straights. So they are kind of capped. Not by a lot, but they are capped at their top speed now. So do expect some drafting. I mean, you are going to expect drafting. It's Le Mans. We've got Mulsanne, we've got Mulsanne 1, Mulsanne 2, the Gulf Straight, Mulsanne Straight. So you are going to see a lot of that anyway. But it is going to be amplified a bit with these GT3s, and it is the bigger of the two. Well, it's not the bigger of the two classes, it's the second biggest. We've got a lot of HPDs. Oh, I thought we said goodbye to the HPD last Christmas in the charity race.
Exactly, so did I. I thought we were just like, yeah, that's the HPD done. Done and dusted. I'm not have to make anything more for these. And then, you know, this race came along and I was like, oh, well, I do actually now have to make preparations for these guys.
And, I mean, first of all, fair play and congratulations to everybody that made a livery for them today, because everyone knows how horrible the paint scheme is. And also, good luck to everybody that isn't using any software that helps you work out the fuel, because the HPD's in pounds.
It's in
not
kilos,
gallons or liters. Yeah, pounds
yeah.
or kilos. Yeah, depending on if you're metric or imperial. So it's weighted. Technically, all fuel's weighted, you know, but it just doesn't help you when you're trying to work out those figures.
Yeah, especially the fact Ponte was on a good lap and then he stopped. Damn it.
Well, you know, you can't help it. You can't help it. So, of course, I'm actually restricted here. I cannot see anything going on. There's 2.5 minutes to go. I can tell you that much. With qualifying left to go, and you can see we haven't got the timing towers up at the moment, but just to give you an idea, because if you're used to LMP2s currently going around here, and if you're used to the insane speeds an LMP1 can go around here in your GT cars, so just give you an idea that these HPDs are doing 330 to 340. The GT1s are doing 345s to 350s, and then it's kind of like what you would get in a GTE around here. You're looking at over 4 minutes to 4 minutes 10 when it comes to the Porsche Cup cars, and these are qualifying laps. So add a second onto that when we come to the race. But that's probably what you're going to see in terms of difference to race pace, to quali pace.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Cup cars do, because I think this is the first time that both of us. Oh, sorry, Brad Walsh. You just got caught on camera making an oopsie there, almost going across the white lines, coming into the pits. It's gonna be interesting to see how these guys handle, essentially working with Le Mans, because I think it's the first time I've seen the Cup cars going around. I've seen them before going around tracks. Not to say that, but it's more to say that you know, neither of us have really seen them in anger.
Well, I've watched the Porsche Esports series, and they have done that. So I have got an idea, and it is a lot of draft. It is a lot of slipstreaming. Just put it out there. It is just a lot of slipstreaming.
I heard you like draft.
I do like draft. I really do like draft. I mean, I'm an oval guy. You know, I've done a bit of oval racing. I love plate racing.
Oval?
Well, I don't think anybody else is going to be sending you more times. the 4 laps of 20 minutes is just about to come to an end. So Brian Boomsma is leading the way by a second in the HPDs over Elvis Manello. A 3:30.314 for Boomsma, a 3:31.348 for Manello. Adam Ponte a 3:31.791. Stefan Rossmann a 3:32.293. That just gives you an idea of what we're looking at the front 4 of the HPDs. As you will see shortly, the top come down. So I've already gone through those top 4. Mike Gaunt a 3:32.821. Fabio Figueroa a 3:32.886. John McClintock as we go down with a 3:33.013. These are all 33, so I might go by. Peter Dolomer 0.119. Colin Ward a 0.145. 0.414 for Javier Perez in 10th. Stuart Elder with a 0.428. Jan Buren a 0.611. Sineco a 3:34.827 for 13th. Roberto Di Filippo a 3:35.336 for 14th. Simon Ford a 3:36.402. 3:36.497 for Anderson. Mason Miles off a 3:38.802. Roland Overbury 3:41.027. Drew Lalonde a 3:42.111. That runs out the HPDs quickly to the. I was about to say the GTs, but it's the GT1. Motozoglu taking pole at 3:46.127. Then, of course, you can see Sean Brown, Sam Watley, Forson Oliver Zimmerman, Tom Van Put, Wolf, Dietrich Hoto, Ivo and Dereni in 27th. And then there's a couple other that did not qualify. It's Paul Desist and Brandon Kluge. And I think the Porsche Cup cars will be just coming down the way shortly now.
They'll be coming down the way. They're already there.
Wow, you kept up with me.
Yeah.
I'm always worried because I always forget how long this formation lap is, but also I'm always aware because I've still got in my head the old pace car chain, the old pace car formation. Remember how the pace car would be? It would dart in way too early. So
it darted in following the actual pits, like the actual pit line, which is what none of them do.
So 4 non-qualifiers, as I was saying, Paul Joseph Sist in 28th overall, Brandon Kluge 29th overall in the GT1, Scott Kukas in the Porsche Cup car, and this guy called Craig King did not qualify.
Oh, I wonder who that is. Who's that?
Yeah,
Craig?
I wonder.
Who's that, Craig?
Brian Boomsma is currently leading them off in a very nice golden, like a gold, bronze, and black. HPD. I really like the look of that with the M. That's not M for Williams or M for Mario. That's an M. Not gonna let you down after that mistake you had before.
You had it going, and then you were just let me just drop the ball here, and
they enjoyed that little bit of humor when I told them. And also, we've got a wire alert. Troy Anderson, wire alert.
What? What do you mean a wire alert?
Forgot to turn the wire mesh off when saving the image.
Are you seriously roasting people for not turning off the wire mesh when you yourself joined the session not as a spectator but as a racer?
Sorry, I just hit. Sorry, is that the tricolor coming over? Do I hear the tricolor coming over?
I can't even see it right now. I don't have a camera for it.
Where is it? I can't hear it. I'm trying. I'm a quarter too early.
You probably did call it. There we go.
Here comes the tricolor. There's going to be a 10-second gap between all 3 classes. But the important thing is the HPDs are about to come to the Ford chicane, which leads me to say, this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. It is the Le Mans 2.4, the Major Series European Sportsman Split. Rob, take it away.
And as they come into the Ford chicanes, it is going to be Brian Boomsma in single file, and as we can hear the race spotter saying green, green, green. Oh, crikey!
Sorry, chaos! What is happening? I'm trying to gain my bearings. There is lots of damage here, and there's a car HPD just coming in front! No! An HPD, the lead HPD! Almost getting tangled, did get tangled with a spinning LMP2 in front. That was Stefan Rossmann trying to get back on the ground. And just got caught out as well. Lots of drama already. haven't even seen the Porsche Cup cars yet. I think the Porsche Cup cars, they've just come to the start-finish line. They're doing well, but what on earth happened to the start of that HPD field? A little bit out of order here, but also the lead GT1, Mert Azoglu, loses the lead because of that mistake, but everybody else checked up. And we've now got Sam Watley going slow. Sam Watley's had a spin and a hit as well for Sam Watley. He's lost it going
Oh, we have an
down
engine
into
blown
the-
as well. That is going to be, I think that's Paul Joseph Klist having an engine blown, or Brendan Klug. I think that is Klist having it, but I want to actually go backwards for a second here real quickly.
Oh,
Just want to
you
see,
go
yeah.
backwards, but the chaos, Rob. I'm just looking down the field, and by the way, that looks like Boomsma has taken a huge lead after what's happened. A 6-second lead.
Yeah,
All because of that
We're
mistake.
just looking at Peter Dolomer as he came in, and you just see that is a car being spun around. That was, I think, Stefan Rossmann. It was indeed Rossmann. Let's go and analyze him. Oh no! Why did you come in front? No! It's all gone wrong at the start for the boys.
And by the way, that start has allowed the likes of Iambroni, Roberto Di Filippi, and Sebastian Seneco to leap up the order. Gianbruni started 12th and is now 5th. And Philippe started 14th and is now 6th.
So
I
know we're trying to actually cover the race, but I just want to see this on board with Stefan Rossmann. I just want to see exactly what happened to the poor man. Oh, on the inside, tried to take the single line formation and just a car on the inside, and then this happens. Oh, please don't, no. Oh,
Well, yeah. So, let's gain our breath back, because that was an insane start. Really crazy start there. We haven't talked a lot about the GTs.
The GT1s.
The Porsche GT, sorry.
Oh, the Porsche GTs. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, Jack Weddle's managed to take P2. So, Missed Apex have first and second right now. And that's right where they want to be. They want to work together. It's different colours, but they're still the same team.
Yeah,
so they want to work together.
You can just see there now on the left-hand side, that is the blown engine of Paul Joseph Klist. That is one very damaged DBR9. He's having to limp back to the pits essentially to get a fast. They have one fast repair, but he'll be using it very early, and I don't think he'd be happy about that. But that's unfortunately the way she goes, and just.
But a few will have to use it, won't they?
Yeah,
Mike Gaunt definitely.
John Lang and Jack Weddle, as you said, Miss Apex crew 1 and 2, different colors, but of the same team. Well, same banner really, as they come past Indianapolis on towards the Porsche curve.
Yep, down at the Busan Straight. And to be fair, this kind of does help. Actually, Stefan Rossmann's just had a moment. He's had another spin. He's had a big moment. Has he been touched going down into the Porsche? I think he might have just been tapped there. Had a big spin down there. I was just watching that on the relative. Now, Weddle and Wilson and Siebenagel are going to have some trouble through the Porsche curves here. Dirty air is... You feel dirty air a lot, but when you come to the Porsche curves, it's probably the place you feel it the worst around this track. So you come around those first two corners down into Porsche curves, and it's just really, you feel it, and those lines and that speed you felt like taking before, you can't take anymore, and you feel that car just tighten up. So this works for Weddle, this works for Lang, but they have to work together now because Wilson will pressure them.
Sorry, just to say, Elvis Banello making a nice move on Adam Pachaponti, who races for John, and commending him on the 100 race. Still racing for John. A good memento to a dear friend that we lost earlier this year. And he's flying that flag, hopefully forevermore, as we do remember John this time. You know, it's... Oh, crikey, in the background, that is a HPD having an excursion through Mulsanne 1. That is going to be... I think that is Colin Ward of Missed Apex. I think it is. He's lost a few positions. He's under threat now from Ronald Overbay. And
I've never seen that. He didn't miss the Apex. or the corner, he didn't even go through the he didn't even go through the tire runoff. He just went through the gravel. Never seen that before. That's a new one for me. I've got to be honest, Rob. That's a new one for me.
You just see that side by side, Mike Gaunt coming into it, and you can just see them just darting off. I think he just misconnected the corner completely and entirely. He did definitely have a slowdown because of that. Because, well, I mean, you're not going to get away with that in the steward's office if they see that. And yeah, Colin Ward not having a good time out there, especially with the fact that he's actually gone over again, I think, because he's actually intermingling with the GT1 field.
I think he had to come to a complete standstill to serve a slowdown. I think he decided to just come to a complete stop.
Well, he had to, because, I mean, if he could have at that, he could have at some speed. And, you know, if you don't serve the slowdown, especially here, like, if you've not got your laps in, because, as we all know, the slowdown timer is based on your current pace and what time you've gained.
And he's not going very fast. Look at Colin Ward. He's not going very fast right now. And he's had to really just get through Murtazoglu, who did take his lead back, by the way. Him and Brown are having a nice little battle here. The Porsche versus the Corvette. Not the Porsche, sorry. The Corvette versus the Aston. Thorsten Oliver Zimmerman is now catching up to him. I think that little issue with Colin Ward there, just getting held up by Ward, just caused them to just get bunched up. But top three in the GT1s. Now, there is a difference between these three cars. You may think to yourself, well, what's the difference? Well, the Corvettes, we christened the Shouty Boy back when we did the Tuscanville GT Challenge. And it's loud. It's loud, it's proud. And it has a lot of power on the straights. A lot of power on the straights.
Loud and proud.
I know. It has a lot of power on the straights. But it does struggle to turn. I mean, the best way I can describe this is a friend of mine wanted to get into GT1 racing. He tried in test drive the Corvette because he thought it would look cool. He couldn't do anything with it. He then took the Aston Martin, and this was around Spa. He then took the Aston Martin around Spa. He could turn. So the old joke of an American muscle car cannot turn, kind of true when you come a little bit to these Corvette GT1s.
Oh, crikey, that is Mike Gaunt having an accident coming into Dunlop. You can just see him there recovering, but he did have a spin. Ooh. I think he did the technical term of I overcooked it, Matt. But he's actually carrying damage.
He's carrying damage since the start of the race from that incident.
I was thinking to myself that the rear of that HPD is looking a bit bare, isn't it?
Hang on, Rob. Does he have a rear? Because
no.
How is that wing?
No.
How is that wing staying up?
No, he doesn't have a rear. That's what I'm trying to decipher, how that wing is still there.
Like, iRacing. I know this car is now legacy, but no, it's standing up because you've got
the middle post.
Yeah, the middle post. Yeah, we're thinking of like modern day wings.
Yeah, but he doesn't have I'm actually looking at it now. He doesn't have a rear end. I mean, out of context, that does sound very bad, but it's quite literal.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. But hey, it's a legacy car now.
Troy Anderson, by the way, having to battle with Stuart Elder coming into Bullseye Chicane, coming up very close to the rear end here. And you can just see Stuart Elder of Missed Apex, which I'll have to apologize on your behalf because what you did was sacrilegious. Because you didn't even say what it stood for. It's Missed Apex Broadcast. And what Craig said was basically, he just went,
I always forget it's Missed Apex F1 podcast. I always forget the F1 podcast. I apologize.
You didn't even say the Missed Apex Broadcast. You just said nothing.
Yeah, I know. I just said Missed Apex. I apologize. I know. Just to let the people know, color coding of this race is red is NMP2 technically, so HPD class,
blue is a GT1 class, and green is the Porsche Cup class. So now then you know.
And you can just see on those timing towers, by the way, of course, that is gap to the leader. And you can just see how, after that first lap incident, Boomsma has got quite a bit of a lead. And he just went purple, by the way, for 3:32.2. Wow, that's actually quite a good time when you think about it. Bonello is matching him. He did a 3:32.288. So Boomsma did a 32.216. Bonello a 2.88. Fasco Ponti only did a 32.620. So Boomsma is really out there at the moment. But remember, it's a 2-hour race. They will have to do 2 pit stops.
Oh yeah, there'll be curtains if they try and extend their lead. And you just this is actually one of the track. I think it's Le Mans actually is part of the track list that has the special rules now for all 4 tires. So it's a little bit. No, it doesn't.
Not. It's only Red Bull Ring and Spa.
Ah, okay. So I got it wrong. I mean, now it's my turn to make a mistake. How about that?
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, what do you expect around here? It's this track. The joke is always, if you get an off track at Le Mans, you're doing something wrong.
Well, technically speaking, up until the point where you actually do get it right, and it's just like, goddamn, heckin' track with these heckin'.
You do get a lot of. Oh, you see, look, just watch Sean Brown. He almost got an off track, got a time penalty there. But it's one of those things that you understand once you drive around it. You understand where those time penalty zones are in terms of where your wheels are and where you've got to go. And it's 3 stops. I apologize. Of course, it's 3 stops. It's 2.4 hours. I do apologize for that. It's 2 hours 25 minutes. So yeah, you do get from time to time. You understand exactly what you're looking at in terms of time penalties. So that
I'm trying to figure out where Sean Brown is.
Sean Brown is currently P3 in the GT1 category.
I was wondering why I couldn't find him, because I was doing the Irish spelling of Sean, which is S-E-F-A-N. Instead of Sean, it's an S-H-A-W-N, so my bad. He is the highest, as well, the highest ranking shouty boy in the GT1 class right about now. It's going to be interesting to see how they stack up, because Mert Oksoglu really has checked out. He's 3.5 seconds ahead of Thorsten Oliver Zimmerman, who's running a very, very, it's like a huge amount of stickers on that car. Is that like the sticker car? Looks like the sticker car. Looks very.
Don't look at his rear.
What do you mean? Don't look at his rear?
Yeah, just don't look at the. No, he's got a little sign on the back saying, "How's my driving? Call 1-800-EAT-DUST."
Oh, I just see it.
And by the way, look at Sean Brown, right? That is the power of the Corvette. They're going to go side by side into Mulsanne. Yeah, Zimmerman can't do it.
Zimmerman just just have a replay of that, because he tried, bless him. But I think he was just trying he slowed down to let him by and try and fake it. But I mean, this is what the gap has now done to him: 2.3 seconds.
And what gets me, that's the thing as well, because we started the chat about these guys where just going into Mulsanne 1. And at Mulsanne 1, the gap was 1 second. Sean got that overtake done at the bottom of Mulsanne. So he went down the second part of the Mulsanne straight, into Mulsanne 2, and then down to Mulsanne corner, and managed to get that second. Now, yes, he's in slipstream range, but you don't expect to overturn a second just like that. And yes, you could say that Zimmerman may have not had a good exit out of Mulsanne 2, but a lot of it is that Corvette. Just that speed difference is just major. You don't think about it, but it really just shows how that speed. And I think there's an expert in GT1's going to come, and you're probably going to say you can probably get a 10-kilometer difference. I think that's what you look at. That's what you look at around here.
Simon Thorns, by the way, 8th position in the HPDs, is under threat from the 3-way gang of Troy Anderson and Roberto Di Filippi, and he is running quite well. He's actually doing quite good race pace. I think Boomsma has started to calm himself down a bit. He's actually, in that last lap, he was the fastest car. But there are now other cars waiting to challenge him, and other cars starting to speed up a little bit. Elvis Benello is one of them. He actually was purple in Sector 3, I think, according to the notes that I have. And he just needs to convert that now into starting to get to grips with what the car wants to do versus what he wants to do. And it's going to be a bit difficult, especially given the fact that, you know, it's 2 hours, so practically all of the effects of a 24-hour, but they're all driving the car by themselves. There's no teams here. And sorry, we do have smoke on the grid, or not on the grid, smoke on the Mulsanne bit between 1 and 2. I think that was Javier Perez, because he's lost quite a lot of time to Thorns, and I was about to say he might be in DRS range, but this is a Formula 1. None of these guys have DRS.
What about DRS range? I will say Javier Perez does have a little bit of damage to the wing plate on the rear. Oh, there has been a spinner. Sorry, that is Paul Joseph Slist has had a bit of a spin down at Mulsanne, but able to get away there. But the worst thing for him is he spun. I think he caught the wall. Yeah, did he get any wing damage? Or did he reverse back? I'm not entirely sure. No, he's okay. But he is kind of stuck at the moment. Was already a lap down. But he's managed to get away. But I'm doing the Hindi strats here, I must admit. Everything's going on, and I'm trying to get glued to everywhere around the track here. While you can't see a lot of it, we're watching these great HPDs going around with this great...
Have we lost Greg? Greg?
Yeah, hello. I don't know what happened.
I was just like, yeah, I have to check on my end. I thought I was having an issue, but no, all good on my end.
No, I had to check on my end, and I was like, oh, it's my end. Anybody from Grizzly in this split? Well, I will let you know. We did have 4 Grizzly sign-ups.
A reminder, by the way.
Walsh, Kenneth Reeder.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Brad Walsh, Kenneth Reeder, Cole Aspie, and Neil Middleton. I don't think all of them are racing, though, today. Though I'm pretty sure I did see Cole Aspie driving around. He is. Unfortunately, he's at the back of the Porsche field at the moment. So there is 1 Grizzly out there. Like I said, I think Brad Walsh is... we have seen Brad Walsh, haven't we? Or am I dreaming?
What do you mean?
Brad Walsh is... Did I see Brad Walsh racing here? No, I did not.
Brad Walsh is right here. He's on the cameras.
So I think... Yeah.
Look at him.
Hold on, let me just get my spectacles out.
Do you not see him? He's 9th position. He's kind of 82. Am I the one that...
Sonny.
Are you... Do you need your glasses?
Let me get me glasses back on, Sonny Jim. There we go. There's Brad Walsh. Yeah, sorry, no, I just missed it. I don't know why I couldn't see him. I apologise. Yes, we do have some Grizzlies in the race. By the way, as per usual, Major Series always has a charity for each race, and of course, today's charity is Cure LGMD2I. It is a charity to help support the research to find a cure for limb-girdle muscular dystrophy type 2, which is a debilitating disease caused by the weakness and muscle wasting mainly in the shoulder and hip area. It is quite a rare form, but it is a charity that wants to do everything they can to get the money, to get the research, to help find a cure for this debilitating disease. And of course, anytime I hear something like that, I just, it is something that you never want to see a friend or loved one go through, and all the money and all the power to them. And hopefully one day we do find a cure. We help find a cure or help find a help for them.
Yeah, just to say, by the way, this is Sean Brown. Oh! Yeah, that's what you want to see at your front mirror is him going off. He's actually now lost the rear end of Oxoglu in a very big way. And we're just gonna have another replay. I want to see what happened to Zimmerman. He comes through the Ford curves. Slide! Oh, that is not going to be a happy floor by the end of this race, because that is quite a nasty slide he'd put himself through coming over the 4 curves, and a massive correction he's had to make to get back on track.
So, Sam Watley's just come into the zone. Mike Gaunt has just furrow put in. So he was, yeah, he was near the back of the field, unfortunately, after that first lap incident, but he has furrow putted. One thing I am curious to see is Adam Fittipaldi is closing the gap to Elvis Vanello. The gap is now less than a second, but Vanello's getting held up by traffic. He's having to weave through the end of the Porsche cars into the karting S's, through 2 Porsche cars, gets through. I know how that feels. I know how horrible that feels. You know how horrible that feels, Rob. You won Le Mans.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I would like to put it at this point. It's not fun when you're coming through the curves, and there's another car ready to greet you, and in other words, ready to make pain to your day. We can just see now we're looking at Mert Oksoglu, 12 seconds ahead of Sean Brown, and pulling away. Actually, he's continuing to pull away at quite a fast rate. Actually, I would have thought more of a fight being put up, but unfortunately, we still do not have. They've got nothing for him, as Bottom Split would say. They got nothing for him. Oh well, I do say that. Sean Brown putting in a blistering sector, just took a second off him, because Mert also making a mistake coming out of Indy. And what I do say that? Sean Brown now losing this time.
Yeah, a little bit of a sketchy Indian Arnage from Motorzoglou. By the way, his lap times, 47.9, not including his first lap, 47.9, 47.5, 46.8, 47.2. Been putting consistent times in. Of course, Brown had a couple issues. He did a 47.9, then a 53. Then he went back to that 47s again with a 47.3. Then because of that spin was a 50 flat. So, the form dictates a 47 here. We'll wait and see. And of course, for them behind, because even Brown is starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Tom Van Put, just to give you an idea, he was in P3, 49s, just nothing but 49s. Very consistent there from Van Put as he continues to pull away himself for P3. You could argue he's bubble racing right now. He's got nobody with him, but he's just keeping those eyes, maybe not keeping eyes on the Delta, but he knows that if he just sticks with this, he'll get another 49. In fact, he's about to cross the line again. He comes into the Ford curves. Really curious to see what he does this time. Brown gets an invalid lap, by the way. He had a slowdown at the end. It was a 47.3 for Zoglu. Van Put will come across the line for 49.9. So look at that consistency from Van Put. You've got to applaud that consistency. It's working just for him right now in P3 in the GT1s.
Yeah, but he is also 2 seconds. God, I was just about to freak out because I was just like, why is John McClintock like 15 seconds a lap faster? And it's like, wait, hang on a minute. Different cars.
Hold on 1 second. That's not a GT1.
I'd be very confused. So I was like, this might require the stewards to look at this for a second.
But can I just say, look at how slow it takes these LMP2s to get up to speed. It really does feel like this is kind of like a precursor to the LMP2 GTE we've got nowadays, because that LMP2 is never going to pull away from the GT1, and it also helps that Van Put is driving a Corvette. In fact, did he just match McClintock at the end there? That HPD must have a bit of an issue. But then again, just look how easy it goes around Mulsanne 1. So maybe so. But here's the rest of the HPDs, by the way. Got a little bit of a battle brewing.
Yeah, for 4th position, Jan Bruni and Sebastian Sianco coming through the Porsche curves. And we also do have a battle for 2nd position. Adam Fittipaldi has now started gunning for the P2 spot, back away from Elvis Bonello. It'll be interesting to see how this shapes up, because we're looking to see if it does end up, being a long haul battle, how they'll shape up, and who comes back into contention between these two. Now, I'm kind of confused as to why Jan Brony is running a a McLaren livery, but you know.
Oh, hang on. I can say how this works, right? Because McLaren used Honda when they went to IndyCar, and this is the Honda performance-driven ARX, right? The HPD. See, I can make it work.
It's the biggest stretch I've ever imagined in my entire life.
How is that the biggest stretch? I'd like to know how that's the biggest stretch. But we have got some other battles brewing. We've got an interesting battle. Jack Weddle just let David Wilson through for P2 in the Porsches. Also behind them in the Porsches, Eric Fiek and Jan Velzer. Those two have been battling throughout the series this year. Those two are battling at the moment. Jan Bruni just splitting them. Bruni getting bookmarked there, really, if they came into the Porsche, because Bruni's in a battle himself with Sebastian Toneko. But I love how Brad Walsh just went. I don't think you heard that on the radio. He just went, there are too many HPDs, followed by a couple expletives.
How could there be too many HPDs?
Hey man, I don't know. I think there's enough HPDs. I don't think there's enough, actually.
By the way, we just had a poll finish on your favorite car. 60% of you agree that with the statement that the HPD is the best, your favorite car. Kind of surprising that I would have thought that one of the GT1s would have been the favorite, but given the fact there's only 9 runners in total in that category, it's probably best to see why. What do you mean it's a tough car?
Well, you got to understand that it's semi-sequential, so you go do a little bit of blipping.
On what, the HPD?
No, the GT1.
Yeah, so?
No, the HPD is fantastic. Like, the one thing that I always struggled with the HPD was you had to keep a lot of speed. You had to put a lot of speed through the corners, and I always found myself taking too much speed off from my GT days. So you got to keep that speed on without losing the back. It was such a fun car to drive. It was the first car when I got to what was ILMS, or sorry, European Sprint Series. It was the first car I wanted to drive. On our doors.
I guarantee you, ACO's gonna blow on my door. No. Oh no.
I'm watching my door. If I hear any knocking, I know it's the ACO.
ACO, open up. By the way, we do have this battle between Jack Weddle and David Wilson Jr. 0.5 of a second separating two of them. Jack Weddle unfortunately having to relinquish position to Wilson at some point. Wilson taking a very deep line and coming through the Porsche curves on towards karting. Ooh, a little bit of tire smoke coming from him as he has to correct the car. Ooh. You know, every time I look at these cup cars, the only comment that I can really give is how unsettled they look. Like, they do not look stable whatsoever at any time. On a straight, in a corner, braking, accelerating. These cars are not.
You got to be careful. You've got to be careful with the braking. You've got to, you've got to hold. You've got to take it a little bit earlier with the braking. Remember we talked to Josh Thompson. He mentioned how he was a PESC driver, Porsche Esports Cup.
I think
driver.
He still is.
I think he has to. No, he had to qualify. He did not make it. He had to qualify for next year. But he is still one of the top drivers there when you think about it. I mean,
that was a collision. Yeah,
Wilson made. Yeah, sorry, that was a close one there. Almost had the.
No, it wasn't a close one. They did hit each other.
Oh, did they? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. That's the McNish experience. When I see a prototype and a GT car having a crash there, that's a McNish. Oh, you see that sliding Weddle? Hold it! Good hold, but he's going to lose position. And he might lose another one because everybody else is going to get speed. He also has to serve a slowdown. He's lost 7 seconds to Siebenegger when he finally gets up to speed. But yeah, that's a lot of time he's lost there.
Yeah, just that. Oh, it's the slow spin. It's the slow slide. That kind of one you don't like whatsoever. It's just like. That's the car finally comes to cold.
So the Cup cars we just saw is a handful to drive compared to the GT1s. I tell you what, though, a lot of these drivers that we're seeing in the Porsche Cup car, they drove the Porsche when it was the Nordschleife, when it was the Nürburgring 2.4. So they've got a lot of experience on how to drive these cars. Some of them really enjoy driving these cars. I do know that Jack Weddle had a fantastic last corner finish in these cars, so he knows what to experience. You know, he knows what he's dealing with. But unfortunately, that just did not work for him, and all that time is, you know, it's just gone now for him. So, Rob, there's a three-car battle on the HPDs, and I love seeing this. Stuart Elder, Roberto De Felipe, and Javier Perez, and I think that damage might be coming. Yeah, that nose is bent, and I think that damage may be coming to haunt him, because he's just lost another position. He started the lap 6th. He's now 8th. Troy Anderson's right behind him. He's losing time on Philippe's. Would not be surprised if he goes down another position. And to be fair, they're 30 minutes into the race. He's still got another 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes before he pits.
Especially given the fact that, you know, I really do think it's not even the nose. I think it's just the damage. I think there's friction on that tire, simulated friction on that tire in the front left. Because the bodywork is pressing up against it in a massive way. I think it is really starting to affect his top speed. I think, oh, crikey. And his cornering ability, as he has to defend from Troy Anderson. Troy Anderson getting by, though, without a hesitation, going wide, though, coming out of Indy. It needs to keep it nice and tidy. Come on now. All right, lads. But Perez, it's going to be a struggle, really, now to get back. And he needs to get back and get that damage repaired, and probably one of the earliest standard pit stops. Or sort of have to take a pit stop with take no fuel and just get repairs.
15 kilometers an hour difference between him and Anderson. And
yeah, and you look at Simon Thorne's. Yeah, look at Simon Thorne's coming up though. That car is poorly. Like,
I must admit though, Simon Thorne's making that move around the outside, HPD on HPD, with actually a good move there. All right, yes, it's a wounded HPD, but you don't make it an HPD. Okay, only goes around.
I was about to say it looked like he was thinking about staying out, but he changed his mind, so he's coming in.
And I think at this point you take a fuel stop, even if it takes you off sync. This may be your like just your final pit stop, but you're taking it first. We'll wait and see. Hopefully he's got a quick repair left. There is a little bit of damage on that wing plate, so I think he may just come in, take everything, and I think Rob may be getting the popping noise ready.
Just going.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
There he goes.
There you go.
Quick repair.
Yeah, quick
and
repair.
I think, he's taking the fuel. Does he take the tires? Who knows? But he's definitely going for that.
Well, it depends. There's only, it's only lap 10. There's only about 30 minutes, 34 minutes gone of the race. So it's a very early stomp. Would you get tires on the first stomp? At all?
Trying to work that out. It's very interesting. By the way, I was just paying attention. And Elvis Spinello just set the fastest lap last lap, a 1:31.729.
1:31?
3:31.729. Wow, you can tell I haven't done Le Mans for a while.
That will probably be like how fast the X2010 would have gone, like the Red Bull X2010, that hype meme of a car.
What it does mean is he's closing the gap on Brian Boomsma and also pulling away from Fittipaldi.
It really is in your day. You just called Brian Boomsma.
What?
You didn't say Brian. You said Brian Boomsma.
Brian Boomsma! Not an overrated. I'm sorry. Oh wow. Not going my way today, is it? Not really going my way today. But,
no, and you know, it started when you signed up instead of
Now, in my defense, other leagues that we broadcast, they literally only have a watch button. So I clicked the button thinking it was watch. My own fault.
It do be like that sometimes. Anyway, yes. Zach Kerr did say in chat the Cup car is a handful to drive compared to the GT1s and HPDs. I know that much, as I have driven them, not in an actual race, but I've driven them against AI. But like the overriding feeling I felt when I was driving them was that this car's wheels is not connected to the road whatsoever. It felt like I was driving. I was suggesting where I needed to go rather than I wanted it to do this. And that took a lot of getting used to, and even then I still didn't get used to it. See smoke him onto Mulsanne as we that is Zimmerman passing Hotho. Wolf detect Hotho. Ooh, well, I say passing, but here comes the shouty boy having to slow down. I think it was because of a slowdown he incurred. I think he was just trying to serve it on that straight if he could, but he isn't. And we see more smoke. I think it's somebody's definitely locking up ahead of him.
Yeah, it was Paul Sist again having a bit of a lock-up run in front there. He's going to go a lap down in a minute. Unfortunately, not been the best race there for Paul so far, but he's still in, and he can still gain points. You know, he can still have, you know, at the end of the day, you're doing 2 hours and 25 minutes around here. You want to finish. You know, this is the challenge. I mean, most drivers will be doing this type of time if they ever do, you know, a full day race around here. Got to be careful with my words, Rob. You know, if they take part in the VRS Global Endurance Championship round here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it didn't. The European Endurance Series, the Endurance Series name didn't really last that long, did it?
It's taken the hit. It has taken the hit for the Global Endurance Championship, but also, let's be honest. I mean, everyone would say, why is it a European Endurance Championship when we're going to Road America, Sebring? You know, it's meant to be European, so we put the global. Hey, we can go everywhere now. We're going to Kota. We're going to Suzuka. We're going to Monza, you know? So,
yeah,
it works. It works.
Yeah. I really do think Wilson, by the time we're just on board with, we're looking at Wilson Jr., car number 39, channeling the car number 48 of John Lang, and I really felt like he ate the Dunlop chicane in a way that would have incurred a slowdown, but he didn't. Or seemingly he hasn't. So good on him there. But you know, it's a lonely road out there for him if he has to do it, and he's just seeing now.
Oh, sorry, Rob. What's happened to Zimmerman? Zimmerman's got damage and he's slowed down and he's lost.
Oh, he had a collision. Collision with the lap car of Paul Joseph Klist. Oh, squirreling out. Klist coming around the outside to pass him. Oh, and he spun again. Oh. No, unfortunately, that was all on Zimmerman. Span, and unfortunately, Klist had nowhere to go, and well, essentially had to put in the oh yikes and slam the brakes, but he didn't slam them hard enough. We just see here. I'm just going to keep it on the replay as we come back to. Let's have a look at this move made by Jan Brony. Or I think it was Stuart Elder going up into 5th on Jan Brony. I think Jan had either a slowdown or something of the like, because very calculated move here. We're just going to see it now, play by play. Nice and easy move on the outside there by Stuart Elder, coming past Gulf, the second kink in Gulf, coming up towards Indy and securing the deal coming into it. Very nice.
Almost looks like that. I think because he went over that hump on the curve on the exit of Mulsanne. So it almost looks to me like he just, you know, unsettled the car and just didn't have the speed. So I think that may have happened. May get a bit lucky here because I don't think Elder's going to be able to get past Watley. He isn't. So Bruni is able to keep up with him there. The traffic working in his favour. But by the way, Brian Bonesma took his fastest lap back of 3:38.87. So despite the gap is almost 10 seconds, the battle between Brian and Elvis is actually really fun to watch right now, because they're trying to fight each other as much as they can, and it's just a challenge.
see now. The challenge being for me is just like having to do the math because it's groups of twos. But is there anybody else doing the math? Is there anybody else doing the math? Is there anybody else in need of doing math for? Because we're trying to see as well if there's any potential for other vehicles or other cars to start doing long shots like undercuts or overcuts. I'm trying to figure that out, but I can say with some confidence we might be seeing something form up here.
Are we seeing a plan put together?
A big old plan. First, we're going to need a crew.
Well, in that case, don't forget we have our membership tiers on the channel. Join the crew. How's that for a segue?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10. Thank you very much. Shout out once again to trackcams22.com as well, providing these camera angles. There is nothing better than watching the Mulsanne straight with that camera looking down the straight. Nothing better. And of course, TrackCams22 does provide that with some fantastic cameras. Does really feel like you're watching a real life race here. When you think about it, when you just see these camera angles, it really does feel like, hey, this is the real life thing. Love them. So, shout outs for these fantastic cameras. And of course, this great battle between Anderson and Rossman. I said it's a wireframe warning, but Anderson did this by accident in the last race. I reckon he's done it on purpose this time.
Maybe he heard you complaining about the wireframe and just said, "Nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for you now."
Well,
or maybe maybe if he's doing what he's doing right now and defending very well, I think he's trying to defend himself from the sheer roasting that you're trying to give him. Because I mean,
no, actually, I've got to change everything. He's done this on purpose. All the sponsors are above the wireframe. This is on purpose. He's actually done it on purpose. And by the way, Brian Bonesma comes into the pit, as does Vanello. Now, that gap was 9 seconds, and all of a sudden, Bonello is right on his tail. What's happened to Bonesma? Has he had a slow pit entry?
No, because they're all Bonesma and Bonello are all in the pits.
Yeah, but the gap is quite. No, it isn't. Now I apologize.
No,
it looked like they were really close.
You were just like I was just thinking to myself, no, that the pits exist. And like you can just see, like he's only gotten to his box now, and Bonesma has been in the box for the last 10 seconds, counting. We can just see it is starting to get to that point where we are starting to see pit stops, and you can just see in the background there more cars making their entry. So it is prime time right now for the pit stoppers. If they need to make a pit stop, now is the time to do it. And the GT1s are coming for the pits. The big old boys with the GT Cup car toys are going to stay out for now.
Make a way to see that work, could you? You tried your best.
I did, yes. Don't judge me.
I'm not going to judge you. Well, remember, these are the Porsche GT3s, but they're not the Porsche GT3, if you know what I mean.
There's Porsche GT3, the GT3 Cup. It's not the GT3R.
You got a GT3C and a GT3R, and we're doing the GT3 Cup car today, of course, and do love
what
them.
Does the OR stand for? Here's a question. What does the OR stand for?
The R? Racing, I'm going to guess.
Put that to a poll. See what our audience thinks.
Let's do it. You seen the poll function? You're gonna abuse all of it. Love it though. So I'm wondering if these two come into the pits now. It does make sense. Everybody else is coming to the pits. Do they take an extra lap? I'm not entirely sure. One thing I did want to say as well, by the way, Sam Watley has retired the car. Sam Watley started early as well, so I am surprised at that. I think he had a bit of issues earlier on in the race, but they do not pit this time, the Porsches. But one thing I wanted to point out, Rob, was with all these little bits of damage that these cars are getting, I reckon these GT1 and Cup car drivers are happy the HPD's here. Do you know why?
Wait, what?
With all these little bits of damage that the Porsche Cup cars and GT1s are getting,
Yeah.
I reckon they're happy the HPD is here. Do you know why?
And why? And why?
The HPD doesn't have new damage model.
Oh yeah,
But
crikey.
the Porsche, yeah, but the Cup car and the GT1s have new damage model.
Oh yeah, so that
What?
so that everyone has the old damage model. Yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah, I was trying to think to myself. I was like, what are you talking about to me about damage models here? What's going on?
I know a lot of the people in the Husqvarna GT Challenge, where the GT1s take place, have been asking for the HPD to be put in, but unfortunately the HPD does not have the new damage model, so iRacing are not implementing it at the moment. In the future, who knows? But we'll wait and see. So Eric Feek is in the pits. That has to be an undercut. That has to be an undercut, if anything. Been in for quite a while, though. I don't think he's got any damage. He's had a lot of damage before, and he's taking it, or he's just taking a lot of fuel. Nope, he's done. And I'm just looking at what my timer says. He's already at 1:07 from cone. Well, my timer will be cone to cone, so it'll be interesting to see what his full time is, cone to cone. He's coming out right now. This gives us an idea. 1:19. I don't think he took any repairs, and he took repairs when he was up on the jacks, like you do. But apart from that, nothing else. So Eric Feek, the first of the Cup cars to come in, and Patrick Nice came in as well. And there you go. Patrick Nice probably did not take tyres. 47 seconds. No, he did take tyres. So Eric Feek must have got some damage repaired there. So that's a 30 seconds difference.
Patrick Nice was 48 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, boy.
Anyway, Stefan Rossman, Stuart Elder, Troy Anderson, and Jan Brony, they have all pitted. They are all together right now. Look at them. Elder is about 4/10 ahead of Anderson, who himself is 4/10 ahead of Brony. Almost got a slowdown there coming out of the karting into Corvette, but he's okay. Probably the other guys just finishing their pit stops. Fawns and Figuccio are pitting as well. Stefan Rossman will have to pit soon as well, because he pitted lap 1. But these three, they're the closest things we've got to a battle right now. Well, they are battling.
They are battling. Well, you keep cutting yourself off. It's just like, they are indeed battling. This is the battle for now what is 6th position. Except Stefan Rossman still has to pit. He's 12 laps into his stint, according to our top stopwatch. So he will have to pit in the next lap or two. I think it is going to be next lap when he has to pit. But we do have this. This is on board with Stuart Elder looking backwards at Troy Anderson and Jan Brunny. And if Rossman pits in the next lap, it'll be the battle for the 5th position. Not really catching back up. There is a bit of a difference in terms of speed between the two of them, but not that big. And I'm just looking now. It's interesting to see how, what's what I'm. It's interesting to see how we have a. It's sort of a long battle brewing in the HPDs. We do have the battle in 4th position between Stefan Rossman and Sebastian Sienko. And as we can hear, that is a Corvette. Still keeping a pace.
Sorry, what? I can't hear you.
Yeah, all I can hear is a re.
That's what the R stands for in GT3R, then, surely.
Well, I put that down as an option, but it's got no votes yet.
Oh. No, well, to be fair, it might be that's what the R in this C8R stands for the Corvette.
Rio.
The C8 Re.
My days.
I was looking at that battle between Anderson and Elder. Bruni did not get a good exit at Tete Rouge, and he lost about 4 kilometers an hour. And Anderson originally out at Tete Rouge gained 4 kilometers over Stuart Elder, so it's been a slow burn of him catching up to Elder. But if he gets a good exit here out of Arnage, I think we may be seeing an overtake here. Gap is half a second between the two of them. Just see as they start getting up to speed, and they're matching each other. So no, I don't think we'll see a move here, but they are hitting a 2-car traffic. There is a small gap between the 2 cars ahead that is forcing Oliver Zimmerman and Tom Van Put, who are about a second between each other, but nowhere to go right now. Elder's going to have to put the brakes on. Anderson's right behind him. He'll get a move, hopefully, at the exit here. The karting guest is trying to make it. It's going to be a late one. He can't make it. He cannot get on the throttle. So he's going to have to wait until the Corvette S's before he gets by. Can he get by both of them? Look at the speed between the 2 classes here. He's only going to get by one. Can Anderson get by? No. He's getting overtaken from Jan Bruni. So Bruni comes in, and then there's a blinking there from Zimmerman. All of a sudden, we've got a massive gaggle here. Javier Perez and Phillips is just thinking, maybe I come in for this. Maybe I join in. Because these cars can't get by. And look, finally, Elder gets by Van Put. But you've got Brody and Anderson. They're battling, but Anderson's going to try and go around the outside.
No,
that might be a slowdown.
No, that's definitely a slowdown. He ate all of the curb and then more. Yeah, and Perez getting back to 7th position. I just want to actually take us back in time.
Oh, interesting. Sorry, Zimmerman. Oh, sorry, Anderson goes off. Anderson's off as Zimmerman let them by. And now it's going to be almost 3 wide with Phillips going by. Anderson. Well, it's all gone wrong for Troy Anderson here. He was at the front of this train at one stage, and the traffic's kind of not played well for him.
According to the 4 people that voted, the or in GT3 or in the Porsche GT3 or car stands for Raidillon, which I guarantee you it doesn't, but I appreciate the votes anyway. And surprisingly,
ooh, sorry, Zimmerman almost rear-ended Anderson. Oh my days! To the point that he had to go off Mulsanne 1. Oh, that was a heart-in-mouth moment there, I've got to be honest.
Oh, I just see that there. Yeah, that was Zimmerman having to take evasive maneuvers coming into the Mulsanne 1. So.
And Van Put's just had a moment. Van Put's just missed a second chicane. It is interesting because Van Put and Zimmerman battling for P4. So if Van Put goes through there, he has to gain, he loses time. And now Zimmerman's only 3.5 seconds behind. So that mistake from Zimmerman, well, not mistake from Zimmerman, that avoidance from Zimmerman has, it's not been an issue because he's been able to gain it back with Van Put making a mistake.
Yeah, and probably more besides because the speed differences. It was monumental. I mean, given the fact that we have Zimmerman, he's out of slot, like he's out to Kelter. I really do think that he needs to start putting in purple laps and continue to put in purple laps as best he can. He's been doing okay, but that last lap he's already lost 3 and a bit seconds as they come around, and other cars aren't doing a lot for. Oh crikey! I was wondering why Zimmerman was going, down the pecking order. This just happened. Oh, that car does not look happy. Ooh, kept it out of the wall though. A slide and a twitch coming into Indianapolis, and that car just got all sorts of unsettled.
I don't even want to watch the cockpit because you're slowing down for Indy, and that happens, what do? Like, if that's me, I'm panicking. So that is well held by Zimmerman, but wow. That's...
oh, crikey, Zimmer! Thorns! Slapped on the side by Flavio Viguscio. What happened here?
I think Viguscio didn't realise... Did he not realise the car was there?
Oh, I think... let's see here. It's in slow-mo.
I'm looking.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's on him. Yeah. He turned in way too hard and just...
But at the same time, I'm not saying anyone's at fault here. Simon Fawns isn't turning for the apex.
Yeah, he is.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, I guarantee... Watch it in slow motion. I will guarantee you he is.
But you look at the far chase from Fawns, and you look at and like, with no offense to him, I guess because it is, I am thinking, yeah, it is that corner, but maybe.
I mean, watch the slow mo. We'll have the slow mo, all right? We'll have the slow mo. And we'll judge it right here. All right, it's at 1/4 speed. And
yeah,
we had the overhead, and Thorns was going for that corner. What's he? Like he was aiming for the right hand. He was aiming for the right hand side of the Porsche car that was there. I think it was a cup car.
Viguscio. Sorry, I'm looking at. I think Viguscio expected him to turn in more. Do you see what I mean?
Well, he's not got much where else to go. Like, there is not a lot of space on that track.
I'm not blaming Fawns. Don't worry, I'm not blaming Fawns. I always say it takes two to tango. I just feel that they were both not doing the right dance there. One was doing the Paso Doble, the other one was doing the Charleston. That's what it feels like.
I don't know what dances are, so
I can tell you they are legit dancers, okay? The Charleston, sorry, and the Paso Doble, yeah. But no, I'm not blaming. I'm not putting blame on people. It was just a mix-up there.
Jan Bruni chasing down Javier Perez for 6th position, as that is Javier Perez having to deal with traffic. Now remember, Perez has already taken his faster pair. Bruni is in the pocket, so Bruni can take the fight to Perez. Perez might try and play defensively, but might not try and play defensively all the way through. Now we're just trying to see how they shape up coming into the Porsche curves. Does Bruni make it good on the Porsche curves? On this last lap, he is actually already 2/10 up on Perez, but through the Porsche curves, do we see any effect?
No,
not too
There is
much.
dirty air there. There is dirty air, but you got to remember, Bruni had to go around the outside of a GT into Arnage, so he lost a lot of exit speed of Arnage, and that's how Perez has managed to get ahead. Meanwhile, behind, that is Philippe's overtaking Troy Anderson using, I believe that is because of the slipstream. No, actually, it isn't. Troy Anderson went wide at Porsche. Was that what's happened there?
Yeah, because Troy Anderson was putting in the purple lap up until that very moment.
Oh, I think Anderson got a little bit spooked by the GT. Just get the GT1 having a little bit of a moment out that corner there, so a little bit unlucky. And look at the traffic right now. Oh, yeah, and that's that replay.
And you can just see, and that was very close to being much worse than it really was.
So, back to that Perez-Bruni battle, by the way, and guess who's got held up by traffic again? Jan Bruni. Because the Porsche Cup cars have come in for their pit stops, by the way. That is what we were just looking at. Most of them have come in for their pit stops. I think Lang hasn't come in for his pit stop yet. But it's held up Bruni again, and the gap's 1.7. He's just not getting the best of it. And also, I really feel scared when I see a prototype go down the middle of the Mulsanne. That is not where a prototype should be. That is where a GT car should be. not a car that is rooted to the ground. Please stay off the middle, HPDs, please, please. And this is where Rob goes, why should they stay off the middle, Craig?
Why should they stay off the middle, Craig?
Because this is a real world road, and a road is paved or sculpted or whatever you want, in the fact that the top of the middle of the road is the highest point of the road, and then it slopes down, because that's how the rainwater doesn't go to the middle of a road, because the top is the highest point and it rolls down so it goes to the sides. So in a GT car, you go to that middle because at the high point, the downforce, you get stuck to the car because you've got less gap in between the base of your car and the road. But in a prototype, you're already flat. Which is why if you ever driven this track on a Gran Turismo game or another racing game, and you go down the middle in like a LMP1 or an old school Group C car, you'll hear or you'll see the scraping when you go down the middle of the track, because on the road you shouldn't be doing that, and you do get floor damage. You can get floor damage from doing that in a prototype. So GT1, yes. Porsche Cup,
Ian, let's
yes.
leave it. I went to the cameras room to show the dog bear livery because it's looking mighty, just mighty really. And as soon as I put the cameras on him, tire squeal.
You cursed the man. Can't believe it.
I might have done so. Yes, might have done so. Might have been on that cursing.
So I'm loving these battles outside of the front of the field in the HPD. Anderson and Philippe are having a great battle. Bruni was having a great battle with Perez, but the traffic is really not playing well for him right now. I mean, he's lost. He was 0.8 of a second behind Perez at the start of this lap. He's now 3 seconds. He's lost 2 seconds because of traffic. I mean, it swings and roundabout when it comes to multi-class racing. But Perez is able to, catch up to Elder, while Brony's been unable to catch up. And that is a shame for Jan. He might be able to keep going.
And I'm just Eric Feek having a massive accident. He just kept out of the wall and coming through the Porsche curves. That is not what he needs to do. Oh, get me out of the wall. Oh, crikey. Let's have a look at that again. And on board with the gyro, do we see the fear? Oh, we saw the fear.
That is oh no. That was a close one.
I just give you the full effect here. This is what he can see. Grass takes him away. Oh, he's trying to keep it on the wall. I guarantee you he was screaming. He was screaming, no, 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 no. Yeah.
How was that going, sorry?
No. Okay.
So we've got in our 9-car field for GT1s, we have 2 retirees. Overall, we've only got 3 retirees altogether. Mike Gaunt, Sam Watley, Paul Sist, and that's it really. There's no other retirees, so it's going pretty
Flavio
well, really.
Verguccio is a retiree.
Has he just retired? Has he? Yeah, he has just retired. Yeah, he was a few laps down as well. That was a shame after what happened, but that's the way, unfortunately, it goes. So it's crazy though when you think about it, because the top 2 drivers have just blown everybody away. Boomsma 17 seconds ahead of Fezzaponte.
Guarantee if you get his name wrong again, Mitchell's going to be angry at you.
Boomsma?
Yeah, if you get yeah. Well, no, if you call him Barn Boomsma, if you do that again.
I'm just saying, if you're going to make fun of me, I'm going to get you to say his name. Okay, I'm going to get you to say Mitchell's full name, and then.
Oh yeah, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that conversation then. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're going to have. Yeah, let's not do it. Let's not do it, my friend. But also, can I just say, we know that Brian had a huge lead because of what happened at the start of the race, but it didn't matter. What? Start of that race, he had an 8-second lead. It's now turned to an 18-second lead. So even with that, even without that, he would have just like checked out. Like Adam's just done his fastest lap of the race, 3:32.065. Brian's been doing that practically non-stop. Let's be brutally honest. I mean, we look at the laps. Let's look at the last 5 laps: a 32.2, a 31.7, a 32.7, 33.5, a 33.2. Then he pitted, of course. So he's been doing those 32s. When he gets into traffic, it's going up to a 33. And if he really gets clear air, he's doing 31. So Brian is just, when you say checked out, that's the definition of checked out for the Mrs. Apex F1 podcast team. I said it right.
Let me just try and find this overtaking maneuver. I know it happened here somewhere between car 48 of John Lang and the car 39 of Wilson Jr. Let me just try and see now. Let me try and figure out where it's happened. One second. I mean, you can keep going.
Sorry, I thought you were looking for it. Sorry.
Yeah, I am.
I thought you found it. Sorry, I thought you found it. I'm like, I'm waiting, Rob. I'm waiting. They're like, where is it? Anyway, that is the change. That's actually the first lead change. The first lead change since
it was done in the pits.
The first hour?
It was done in the pits. We can see here. Just see John Lang going by you there in the pits. Sorry, that was Wilson going by John Lang in the pits. Let's have a look. Oh, and he made them clean moves. So pit stop undercuts from Wilson Jr. Only spent 4 less seconds in the pit stop, and that was exactly what he needed to do. And very well done to him, sir.
Well, we said we might see some. Well, we didn't say, but we knew when it comes to an endurance race like this, because it is really an endurance race. A lot of things can be done in the pits. We mentioned about undercuts, overcuts, short fueling is one thing we didn't say. Tires as well, but of course with the heat. I mean, it's 21 Celsius to track temp. We haven't brought that up. 21 and I gotta say it, Rob. 69 Fahrenheit. I know. 26% humidity. 26% humidity. Let's just put that straight, right? It is dry out there.
26%
humidity. It's dry.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, I know. Especially for France. I thought they were. I didn't realize they. I always thought it was quite a humid country.
Hang on. Let me just investigate this here real quick. Let me just see now. Is 20% humidity? Well, I got. You see, it says here now. I'm looking at it now. It says here, when the temperature drops significantly under 0, the relative humidity can decrease down to 20%. What's the temperature like out there?
21 Celsius track temp. If I give you an air temp, it is an air temp of 18 Celsius.
Yeah, I think that's 18 degrees above freezing.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, John Lang's gone off.
Oh, and
John Lang's gone off.
David Wilkins Jr. That is not what you want to see. The both of them have crashed. Let me just get you a nice little replay of that.
I'm seeing the slowest race ever as both of them try to get off. None of them they hit the tyre wall very lightly. Wilson, a 2-second lead though after that. So he gained a second.
You can just see here that both of them made the mistake. First with Wilson Jr. I think John Lang followed him into the wall.
Well, they both just said that. And do you want to know what they both just said?
What?
The cone was missing.
Oh no! Don't be using the cones, lads. Don't be using the cones.
Apparently the cone was knocked. I don't know who knocked it. Apparently a cone was knocked.
I think I can actually. I think I did see a cone go flying. I wonder if that was the cone.
That reminds me. That reminds me of Gran Turismo Sport, right? You can have cones on as like a guide for braking, where there's like 2 cones put in what would usually be a braking point. as a braking reference if people don't have braking references. But the best thing is, despite that they're client side, if somebody hits them, they do hit the cone. And like Gary said, it is standard to hit the cone. A lot of people do use that so they know that they're getting the furthest point. So you understand that. But like I said, on Gran Turismo Sport, if you do have that, it may be client side, but if someone drives over them, you do lose the cones. And then you haven't got it. So, yeah, as much as it is good to use the cones, maybe look at a different braking reference point.
To be honest, like I really would have said it's probably not a good idea to use the cones, especially the ones the little like orange
Sacrificial.
cones. Yeah, because they're just like they just get knocked over like I don't know, like little candy stores. You know, it's like bang bang bang.
It's a shame. It's a shame they get knocked over. But that is the righteous path of life. But there is a little bit of a joke because during a caution in oval, it is customary that the blue cone of the pit exit line does become the sacrifice to the great god, the pace car in the sky. So, you know, maybe these guys are just getting ready for when we go back to ovals. You know, just get ready to sacrifice the cone. Sorry, I never said kill. I said sacrifice.
You say kill.
No idea. I'm going to kill the conversation and talk about Javier Perez coming up to Stuart Elder, though. Been putting in the times. They both went green last lap, but it was a 34.326 versus a 34.633. That was Elder, the slowest out of the two. And finally, Perez is in slipstream. Is he doing a little bit faster? Unfortunately, they're matching times at the moment.
The sun's blocking. The sun is literally like, I can't see the car in front of me. And that's exactly what Javier Perez is looking at. You can see the sun. We can also see that the sun is basically blinding the track ahead of him. But you just see Stuart Elder right there, half a second away.
He does. By the way, Adam Fittipaldi's just come in. That's a very early stop. No idea what's happened there, but we'll keep our eyes on this Elder-Perez battle. Elder does have Zoglu, the lead GT1 in front. Can Perez get by? I don't think he will. This could be a bookmarking here as we stay on the Raidillon TV stream. Did he get by? Does get by. That was close to a bookmarking there. Putting a slower car in between you and the car you're battling. Was unable to get it. So managed to keep going. Gap 0.5. And you can see Perez had to slow down. That dirty air really throwing him off there. Losing a bit of time through the exit there. The karting S is now into Corvette. So losing a little bit of time there is Perez. Holding on though. And I'm really curious what's happened to Fittipaldi.
Yeah, Fittipaldi. He was in
9 laps, wasn't it?
9 laps. Well, he could be undercutting.
An hour and 10 minutes ago.
He did not take a faster pair, so I think he was in there for a proper pit stop. And I think he just wanted to use it. Like, use the time to undercut and get some fresh air. Yeah,
that undercut might be a good idea. I mean, it is a bit, he's not battling anything, but if he feels he can take that pit stop now, so he does 2 more pit stops, or 1 more pit stop, all for him. He might just be doing that short pit, so we'll wait and see. And Anderson and Fawns are the latest 2 to come in to the pit. The Elder and Perez are still out there. The gap is just over a second now. I think Perez is losing the slipstream, and looking at the speed differences, yeah, there was 3 kilometers, but Perez just catches the toe, and he's able to match the speeds at the moment. And that's what we're going to keep our eyes on.
Sorry, just to say, Troy Anderson making this mistake. And that's why he lost a lot of time, and he's now in the clutches of our boy, of Simon Thorns. Well, he was. I think it was De Filippi, but a few of them have pitted, so it's all shuffled out.
Currently pitted at the moment is Adam Fittipaldi, Troy Anderson, and Simon Thorns. From what I can see, they're the only ones that have pitted for their second time so far.
And John McClintock but technically he doesn't count. I don't think he, yeah, because you'll have to pit again, I think.
No, he didn't actually pit. No, he took a late pit stop because he had to take a pit stop lap 1 like Stefan Rossmann.
For what?
So, and the Zimmerman's gone off. I think the damage. Zimmerman's just gone off at the Dunlop. Now, what's happened there? Loses the car. Brakes. Car slides as he tries to turn in for Dunlop. Losing more time to Van Put.
Let's have a look. Ooh, yeah, he just tried correcting it. Just go back again and see. Position 5 of 9. The second to last car on the lead lap, I think. No, he's still on the lead lap for GT1, but oh, that is a nice little bit of a squirrel there. The car very upset with him on the entry into Dunlop and had to take evasive action very quickly.
So he has lost time to Van Put. He was 2 seconds behind Van Put. He's now 4 seconds behind. Is actually going to be able to get a bit of help here with Simon Thorns giving him a bit of a tow. That's going to be handy, especially with the speed differences. Not a lot. So Thorns, get off the middle of the track, Simon. You're a prototype. I'm gonna he has actually gained half a second just by getting that slipstream, and he's going to get David Wilson in front of him as well, so we'll get a bit more slipstream. So is that the GT1s lapping the Porsches?
At this point, yeah.
I'm amazed it's taken over an hour for that to happen with pit stops.
Well,
especially when 15-second difference between them.
Well, Oh, well, I just say that. It depends. That is Zimmerman gone off again. Oh, crikey. It really is not his day right now. That car is not looking too happy. It went off once again, but this time at the Mulsanne chicane, so we really are starting to have...
Mulsanne corner, you mean? Mulsanne corner.
Damn it. Mulsanne corner.
Sac me bleu. Wow, I did not get my French ready for that.
What was that French? What was that
I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I was about to say sorry, but I was going to say it in Spanish. I was about to say lo siento. And I realized that's not French.
I'm trying to... I'm just like, It's Craig. Why? Why?
You wouldn't think I used to hang around with a lot of French esports players back in my old days when I was playing TF2, as well as having French friends. You wouldn't think it with the way I just completely messed up there, but I feel an idiot.
Butchered the French language, so you did.
I just butchered the like I said, je ne parle français. Je ne parle français.
And that was... oh, crikey, that is Simon Thorns sliding, coming out of Corvette, I think, on towards karting, and just not having a good day. I think a lot of drivers that were sort of in the ballpark of, they'll have good days. I think we jinxed a lot of them.
Yeah, pass. I can't remember what we've done today. So Javier Perez did come into the pits. We have seen a couple more pit stops now. So everything is a little bit out of sync. I think Perez has done that to get away from Stuart Elder. Try to see if he can make an undercut, as Elder's yet to pit. But at the same time, the traffic, like if we're looking at a smaller track, dare I say Watkins Glen, I'm not talking about Watkins Glen. Dare I say Monza, Silverstone. You look at a track that isn't long, like Le Mans, and an undercut works well when you're the faster class because you're not going to hit traffic. It's hard to factor in traffic and getting held up at Le Mans, because where you get held up at traffic, the Mulsanne chicanes, Dunlop, Porsche, and maybe Ford, and that's it really when you think about it. Okay, Indy. but there's not a lot of places at Le Mans where you would undercut to avoid traffic. So if you undercut here, you're losing slipstream. It's why you don't undercut at Monza sometimes, because you want that slipstream of the car in front because you want to help yourself. If you're definitely getting held up, yes, take the risk. But sometimes the slipstream is very helpful. So you're rolling the dice undercutting if it's a way to get away from traffic. With Stuart Elder, he's coming up to Patrick Neese, 4 seconds behind Patrick Neese, who is his next traffic. He's not going to hit Patrick Neese until what? Terre Rouge? Is he going to lose time? Possibly not. So Perez has got to roll the dice here. And I don't blame him, but with an hour and 4 to go, he's still got one more pit stop. So who knows what happens?
I'll tell you exactly what will happen. Is that we have 7 runners left in... Actually, scratch that. I was about to say, is there going to be a mid-race... Oh, Zimmerman again off at the Mulsanne corner. Really is not a state right now.
Don't use the cones for braking points.
It's another cone issue, yeah.
By the way, it's not been very good for Jack Weddle. The gap now between him and Wilson has gone up to 9 seconds. I think a lot of that was that error they both had. I thought it was John Lang, wasn't it? Sorry. That John Lang? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So.
What do you mean it was John Lang? He's on his own.
Yeah, but John Lang was battling David Wilson, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And he's now P3.
Pass.
He had that moment, and that was it, really. So obviously, he probably let his teammate through, or he may have had to slow down this lap. I don't know. No, not this lap. So something happened, but
it's
don't
not
know.
this lap. It's the previous. It's a previous lap.
Yeah. Like I said, he had that issue in the grass with Wilson. That might be it, because he must have had another issue, because it was a 4:15 for Wilson when he went off, and it was a 4:34 for Lang when he also went off at the same corner. So there must have been an issue with Lang on that lap again. So that could be the reason. It just seems very weird that he's lost a lot of time there. So we'll just presume that's what's happened, unfortunately. So not much is happening at the moment on track. We're seeing the LMP2s. You can see on the timing tower, you can just see how they're all just very spread out. And that's a lot of it is due to, due to the pit stops. I'm also getting triggered by Gary talking about Watkins Glen yesterday. It didn't happen. Did not happen.
I do think I have found what happened to John Lang on lap 17 for the Porsche Cup cars. This is So he had a
secondary moment after losing it at Mulsanne, and he went into the gravel trap deep.
And I think he was telling himself, bother.
I think he was trying to find every wood under the sun.
Yeah, because this is Jack Weddle. At that same incident, he sees the car going off.
Oh, Weddle's off! Oh, he's hit the wall!
Oh, he's hit the
He's
wall!
Just driven into the wall! He just drove into the wall! Did he forget he was not in reverse?
Let's have a look. Oh, and... that is... No, don't drive into the wall!
He drove into the wall! No damage.
Oh!
No damage.
Yeah, he did not engage reverse.
But Siebenagel is very close to him now. In fact, there's a 1.7 seconds between Weddle and Siebenagel. So Lang gets his P2 back. Not the way he wanted to see it. I mean, Weddle and Lang are teammates from Mr. Apex F1 podcast. So don't really want to see your teammate go off there. But if they can get both cars on the podium, that'd be fantastic for them. Happened in the Nürburgring for them. So wait and see. But yeah, Weddle now has to do a little bit of defending from Siebenagel. and they're matching each other in terms of pace. So it's going to be one of those things that if you just make a mistake and you've just got him on your slipstream, and then you're in trouble.
Looking on board now with Thomas Silbernagel as he chases down the car 26 of Jack Weddle. Jack, I imagine, will probably be very furious with himself and probably not wanting to have pressure piled onto him right about this point, because if he does have pressure, it won't be welcome, because he just wants to get racing. He wants to do his race as he likes to see it. And, you know, if another car comes up and annoys him, it's like, well, bother, really.
Is that your ghost? Is that your favourite word?
Yeah, bother. Don't at me. It's my favourite word.
Just remember, you can drop it on Twitter
At Raidillon TV.
at SKAY_IE or at Raidillon TV.
Why did you have to do that?
You said don't at me.
I'll give you that one.
I had to.
I'll give you this one. It's very on. There's only one.
Right, so Bonesma in the pits, by the way. So
I mean, he's got 43 seconds of a gap. I think he's secure.
The 107 gap. By the time Elvis, by the time he crossed the line last time, Elvis may make that a little bit slower, but I think he'll have to come into the pits as well. When he comes to the pits, Elvis will lose P2, and yes, the Elvis show kids. The moment he does that, he'll be going, well, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. But I did say Bones was spending a lot longer in the pits than I would have imagined. But he is spending a lot longer in the pits than I imagined.
Who, Bonesma?
Yeah, Bonesma spent an extra 10 seconds in a pit stop.
But he did take tyres.
Fair enough.
Took tyres and also was able to, just probably take a tear off. I say take a tear off. Do you remember having to drive the HPD where you had to have a button bound to have a tear off on the
oh yeah
helmet?
Because basically as soon as you started driving, your vision was ever so slightly blurred lap after lap, because the amount of like bits and bobs like tire, like rubber and all that kind of other stuff that gets left on the track just smacks your eyes. It's like, yes, I appreciate this.
I mean, it's great because like if you go to a cockpit camera, technically you're seeing a driver's eye, like it is in Formula E, apart from nothing's pixelated, and you can sometimes see the dirt on them. So it was great fun, but you're spending like every 2 laps clearing it off because you just get too dirty.
I mean, we are on board. I'm not seeing anything. You promised me life. I'm not seeing a speck of dirt.
Okay, must be on my end then.
I probably have it disabled for the broadcast.
That's true. By the way, talking about driver's eye, did you see that yesterday? Formula E, I didn't realise in the old days when they first started driver's eye, Formula E had the camera had like a black overlay at the bottom, a bit of an opaque black, so that you could not see the driver, what was on the driver's steering wheel, because it's got precious data. And well, they realised that the drivers are looking down, so the overlay doesn't work. So now they've pixelated it. So now the steering wheel is pixelated.
What?
And they've had to pixelate the steering wheel when doing the driver's eye camera, which is the camera based inside the helmet, because they don't want other teams to look at the broadcast and see a driver that's got the driver's eye looking at his wheel, because you can see their battery, their brake bias, you can see a lot of information on the steering wheel.
I see. So they were just like, oh, we can't have people cheating now.
It's different because in F1 they don't care. Do you know what I mean? Because the data's there.
No, they do.
But no, they don't hide what's on the steering wheel.
Yeah, not for like the overhead camera, because you can't see what's on it. But if you looked at like any of the the YouTube videos of like them doing the driver's eye, yeah, they definitely do blur the wheel.
I must be. You can still see like, because remember when Sergio Perez had that issue at the start of the first race of the season, he had the fail.
Oh yeah.
You can see that. You can see that from the overhead camera.
We have an engine on fire, I think.
Where?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of smoke around the Porsche curves, but I think that was probably just a tire lockup. Yeah, I do think it was a tire lockup.
Let's not have another Roman Grosjean, please. And I don't mean from Bahrain. I mean from what happened last weekend at Detroit.
Oh yeah, when he was just like, give me the bloody fire extinguishers.
Give me the fire extinguisher.
And it was like the slowest. Like, oh, we'll get the fire extinguisher. Don't worry. And it's like, no, give me the bloody fire extinguisher now. Come on.
By the way, Adam has closed the gap, as you can see, to 11.5 seconds. That'll be one to pay attention. We've gone under 54 minutes to go. We do see some close battles. Bruni, Anderson, Philippe's. The gap between those three is 3.5 seconds.
Have a look at this one. Zimmerman from 5th, and having mistake after mistake, he's woken up and he's looking to get a 3rd.
Look at that, a 3:54.1 was his last lap. What's he getting this time around? He has really been on it right now. As he comes across the line, it's going to be a 4:41. So, of course, he pitted. Man, is that right? Oh, yeah. I was going to say, he did a 3:54, then a 4:41. I forgot he pitted. Oh, no! What have we done?
Oh, my God. Why? Why do I keep the camera on him?
Why do we... All right. Boston, love you. You're a good driver. You and the Black Tree Race Crew guys are great. But for some reason, today, we're cursing you.
Yeah, it's not your day.
I think we should just... Let's
move on.
Yeah, let's move... Sorry, Boston. Sorry, Zimmerman. Sorry. So...
past the unfortunate... The series of unfortunate events from poor Zimmerman.
Yeah, but by the way, Mert apparently had an off track, but nothing else to report. He's still a minute ahead of everybody. A minute. I'm trying to think. I've never seen Mert do a Husqvarna GT Challenge race. Have you? I've never. Like we did for for half a year.
I'm pretty sure he was in the last race.
Okay, I cannot remember.
Oh, yep. Off he goes. I think that was the tire grooves that I saw. Or the smoke that I saw.
Oh, Brad Walsh just had a moment as well on Arge. Locked up, went a bit too much into the gravel and had to reverse out of it, but he's doing okay. So we still only have 5 retirees now. Scott Kukas was the latest retiree. Flavio... Brad Walsh has had another moment. What's going on? He's in the wall at Porsche curves. That's heavy impact. What has happened to Brad Walsh?
Let's have a look. Brad Walsh here on your screens. Car 82 coming up to the Porsche curves. What has happened to our poor man? Oh, I think he... Did he not slow down?
I'm trying to see. He braked, and I think he's got hardware failure. He broke at the right point, then went off the brakes, then went back on the brakes. I reckon that's hardware failure. You don't take your foot off the brakes like that. That's a confusing one.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's not much we can really do apart from hope and pray that you make it to the end. But yeah,
now trying to get into the pits when he's braking. I just hope that's not hardware failure for his sake. That would be a shame.
Joe Hobart saying to Adam, "Get that win, Adam Fachaponti." We're just looking now on board with Jason Lutridge as he's trying to chase down Patrick Neese for P7 in the Porsche Cups. It's a very pink car.
I also love that roll bar. That's a very strong colour for the roll bar as well.
Yeah. It's very pink.
Very nice livery as well, though. In all due fairness, I do like that livery. Apart from the front.
Yeah. Pit box. You see, it says pit box. You know, maybe you should. Maybe you should, follow the advice of your car, or follow the advertising on your car. Get yourself into that pit to get that damage repaired. You have it? Oh, he already had his. He's already used his free fast repair.
Oh. Well, the funny thing is, that's not affecting his top speed.
He does also have slipstream though.
By the way, shout out to Patrick Neese, the front of that car. A very nice tribute to Sabine Smith. I think, like I said, a lot of these drivers still using the same liveries from when they did the. Just
to interrupt. I saw Kyle Aspie do negative 365,000 kilometers an hour. That is not a joke. That's what Hadfo just told me that he did.
Did he put the clutch in?
No, he blinked.
Oh, right. I was about to say, like I was saying, a lot of these Porsche Cup car drivers, using the same livery from the Nürburgrings. Of course, some of them do have their tribute to Sabine Schmidt still. Of course, one of the things that happened in motorsport this week, while there's a little bit of downtime while watching this battle between Nice and Lottridge, the first corner on the Nordschleife been renamed to the Sabine Schmidt curve. And I think it's great because, as well, it's also the first corner when you transfer from the GP circuit onto the Green Hell. So whether you do it, so that to me is just fantastic because she can see you go safely and she can, also tell you, welcome to hell. And I think that's just such a nice tribute that they've renamed the first corner. There's Nice having a bit of a moment there.
Try going on the inside, yeah. He tried going on the inside, did Lottridge, but just couldn't make it. So I think he backed off a little bit and is just waiting to see if he can make the move happen elsewhere.
Yeah, a bit of an apology. A bit of an apology there as well from Patrick, and Jason was okay with it. He was ready. So I just heard Sean.
Zimmerman. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, he really is stopped at an awful place. Guess where he is?
Oh no! Can he reverse back? He's okay. He's made it.
This really is not his day whatsoever.
It's not. And oh god, the slide from the tires as well. I was about to say, Sean Brown, I've got a cool man out here, Sean. Sean Brown going, does anybody else feel bored? With Jason Lottridge responding, well, try and hit the wall a couple of times like I did.
Oh!
That's a heavy impact there.
Yeah, minus 189,709 kilometers there from Kyle Aspie. He needs to fix that internet. Like that is
do a reverse.
Yeah, that is such a bad place to be. Where, oh crikey, that car tried to snap oversteer him.
Right, Rob. I got to keep talking about it because it is happening. Brian Boomsma is only 7 seconds ahead of Adam Fittipaldi. You have been seeing it in the timing tower, seeing that number go down, and that is the biggest number. I'm circling it on my screen for some reason. No one can see it. This is not like NFL or something.
Nobody can see it. Everybody can see it.
That is the big number. No, but you know how they circle things on the screen for people to see in sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now when I'm hovering over the timing tower. No one can see it. I mean, the second gained right now from Brian, but this gap has been shrinking.
The problem is with Fittipaldi, he came up to Terre Rouge, and there was a Porsche Cup car ready to greet him, and unfortunately he had to slow down to keep it there. He got the Porsche Cup car got to the corner first, so he had to let it take the corner as is per the rules. So
the last 2 laps. Brian did a 34.3, a 34.9. Adam did a 31.8, a 32.6. So you can see how that gap is just closed down. And why has Brian done slow times? Well, there's only one word. It's the T word. Traffic. But this is the battle that is really playing. Also, we do have Troy Anderson battling Jan Bruni, Stefan Rossman's just coming to the pits as well. So Brony and Anderson still battling. They've been at it, well, almost all, well, yeah, really all race.
Yeah, Stefan Rossman coming in for his final stop, lap 28 out of 41, as is John McClintock. So Troy Anderson moving up into 8th position, back in 7th. We are looking at Brian Boomsma. Or Boomsma, sorry. Is it Boomsma or... Yeah, I think it's Boomsma.
Boomsma, yeah.
I remember we were corrected. Yeah, we were corrected, so...
Yeah, so we have been corrected before.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
It's one of the things we like because, you know, we are professional, but we do like the criticisms that we get sometimes. So,
by the way, that is Troy Anderson taking the P7 away from Jan Brony. Brony having to lift off to let Troy Anderson take the first Mulsanne. Very well done by Troy Anderson, making a move coming out of Tech Rouge onto the first section of Mulsanne straight, and off he goes.
Looking at the speed differences at the moment, they're matching speeds, but now when they start hitting that time, now comes Bruni. He's getting 5 kilometers an hour faster. He probably won't get the move here, and in fact, he's pulled out the slipstream really early. Might just be doing what I do and just, yeah, he's tapping the brakes early. He's afraid that if he brakes, he goes into the back of Anderson. So fair game there, fair play. 0.4 of a second is the gap. They've got a Porsche Cup car, Siebenagel in front.
You got 2 of them.
They got 2 of them. There is a bit of a gap, and I'm just looking. Are either of them going to get by here? Anderson will get by. It will have to be a send from Bruni if he wants it. No, they do get there. They were braking, or Bruni was braking later, but just gets by. That little bit of hesitation also, though, loses a little bit of time. Only like 2/10 from Anderson. But they're now coming up to the longest straight on the track, which is the Gulf Straight. So we'll wait and see. They will get by this Porsche, and then the next one's 5 seconds up the road, which is John Lang. That's really good, though, by Jack Weddle to catch up to Lang like that.
He's doing himself proud by, doing himself well by putting in them laps. But, I mean, what else can you do other than put in them laps?
Them laps go all around them laps. Sorry, that literally
Can't
what I had in my
believe
head.
you're doing that.
I'm sorry. Well, they are catching. He is catching, but again, it all just comes down, and I'm just looking. That's John Lang up ahead. Troy Anderson's not going to get by him before the Porsche curves. Let's bunch everybody up again. Let's just have a bit of a bunch up here. Anderson is trying to look. Oh my word, he's trying to take it too wide at the wall. Ooh, you can see why they extended that wall a few years ago, because that was a very curious moment there. They do get through, and Bruni followed Anderson through. The gap is half a second, so not yet. If now, when? If not now, when? Oh, wow. And that gap in the front, I've got to keep going back to that gap, Rob. You see it on the timing tower? Yes, that's a 5. That is a 5, and that is a 4. We are seeing the numbers go down. So you're just seeing right now, Brian Bonesman, cockpit view. And is that a Red Bull livery? Hang on, is that a Red Bull helmet we saw, sorry? Yeah, fair enough. That's the missed Apex guys there just going around. That wasn't Adam, that was Brian. But the gap, 4.5 seconds at the moment. And a little bit of traffic there, Jason Lottridge. He's able to get around, but it's going to not help him there. Adam gains another second. Oh, every time. Sorry, you heard me just knocking on my flask there. Every time I see a car come out of Arnage and almost hit that tire barrier, I just shudder. Many more races has been ended by that, and now Fetaponte trying to get by, and the gap is 3 seconds. It's closing. It is closing, all because of traffic. Up ahead, there is another car. It's the blinking Carl Athby going minus 1,000 miles an hour on the stream. Second gap between Boomsma and Aspie. I think Boomsma will get by him. He will. He'll get by Boomsma. Sorry. Boomsma will not get by Boomsma. Boomsma will get by Aspie. There, in the Forden. Ponte had hit it. He was on lower fuel. 39 minutes remain. That's an undercut. Well, it's not an undercut, but he undercut earlier on, so it's an undercut. Do you see what I mean? He does have that advantage. He doesn't have to deal with the traffic that Brian will have to deal with. Up ahead, 2.5 seconds up ahead is Evo in a GT1. Then he's got a lapped HPD 6 seconds up. And then 7.5 seconds up is another GT1. That is Mert Azoku. So the traffic is there. He'll get past Evo now with no problem. There he goes. Then he'll hit McClintock. He won't hit McClintock right away because they're the same. But then he's going to get to Mert. And he'll get to Mert about 7 seconds is the gap now. You're probably saying Indy. I say probably because it's one of those things when you do so much Le Mans, when you do so much of this track, you start to work out, and a lot of these drivers will be doing. Brian wasn't a pit ahead, no. Brian pitted. Sorry, Brian was a pit ahead. Sorry, Adam pitted early, first time, so that's why that's going there. So, like I said, it's an undercut, but it's kind of not an undercut. Adam is out low and manages to get going. He's got Elvis right behind him, about 5 seconds behind him. But now for Adam, it's just a case of just seeing what he can do. They got up as high as 5 seconds. We'll wait and see. As I was saying, when these drivers probably do it as well, is in practice, you will go by and look at the idea of, well, I'm at the start of Mulsanne and that driver is X seconds ahead. Can I make it? And then you work out, yes, I can make it, or no, I can't make it. And you take that experience with you later into the race, or into the race if you've done it in practice, and you think, right, I've got this guy right behind me battling me. That car up ahead is 2 seconds. I can get by him at the end of this straight. Can I bookmark? And that is what you're going to be paying attention right now, because as Daniel Morad said, IMSA driver Daniel Morad said in one of the iRacing videos that he did, instructional videos, right now is not about the fastest lap. It's the fastest stint. So you've got to look almost 2 corners ahead of you when you're looking down at the relative, just to have the idea of what you're looking for. It's the fastest stint, and with Adam having to take a bit more fuel than what Brian will, that does put the advantage in Brian's hands, providing he can get by. And having a bit of an issue there, having to go wide around the first part of the Porsche curves is never fun. And now can he get by again? When he had to go wide, it goes past Mavusa there into the second part of the Porsche curve. So, or the karting S's, sorry. So yes, he dealt with traffic fine, but he had to go around them, which is never a good sign. By the way, Forsten Oliver Zimmerman is still in this race. He's pitted. I think he's getting the damage repaired. He is indeed. So he's going to try and finish this race as Forsten. I just saw him in my relative. Wanted to keep eyes on him. But this man, Brian Boomsma, started the race in the lead. Managed to avoid the chaos behind him on lap 1. Well, not even lap 1. They would take it. If it was an oval race, they'd be going under a caution. It'd be like the US 500. There you go. That's a blast from the past. The US 500. Who remembers that? I mean, people are going to say they remember the US 500. I'm just going to wait, and chat's going to be like, I remember the US 500. The kart version of the Indy 500, where the first race they crashed before they even got to the green flag. Kind of like that, a little bit chaotic today. If you missed the start of the race, a 4-car pileup on the exit of the Ford chicane as they took the green flag caused a little bit of chaos and also then affected a little bit of damage to other cars in the other groups as the HPDs were going through and getting themselves righted. So that happened, and you can see the gap between Adam and Bonesma is 55 seconds. Did we just see a spinner there just quickly? I'm not entirely sure, but I think somebody just had a spin on the exit of Ford chicane. Keep watching this. We keep watching Brian going by. Not a lot is happening elsewhere on the track. That battle between Perez and Sinenko just having a little bit of a delay because Sinenko goes into the pits. Manello's also joined him in the pits. They were quite a bit away, though. They were 30 seconds away, so nothing to talk about there. Colin Ward and Simon Fawns is battling at the moment for 13th and 14th. In the GT1s, I'm doing my Hindi right now, aren't I? I am doing my version of Hindi. Just going down the order. We've got 34 minutes remaining. Nothing happening in the GT1s as Oglu and Brown first and second. A minute between them, and a minute between Brown and Wolfie Takoto, who's in third. The Porsche Cup cars, it's all very quiet as well, but the gaps are small. 18 seconds between Wilson Jr. and Lang. Siebenego is 7 seconds behind Lang, and he's got Jack Weddle 9 seconds behind him. So that's it. And George just saw an issue there with that's a bit weird. Overbay just having a moment with Sinenko there. You didn't see it. Sinenko's battling Philippe's, and those two were battling beforehand, I believe. No, they weren't. Philippe still has yet to pit. They're battling earlier, but nothing else. There's Dan Fataponte. He's got a lot of clear air ahead of him right now. The next car up ahead is Jan Mavelsa, 20 seconds ahead. Compared to Bonesma, who's, he's got a lapped HPD in front. He's got Jack Weddle, 11 seconds up the road. And Bonesma does get by McClintock. McClintock does the right thing and yields. That was at the Ford chicane, as you can just see there. But it is just going to be a matter of, gaps. And that final pit stop is really going to play havoc, and with Bonesma having to take less fuel, again, we go back to the HPD does fuel in weight, not liters or gallons, weight. So if you don't have a system that allows to tell you how much fuel you need, you're in that position where it's like, I don't know what to fill up with. So got to be careful. Does fuel play the difference here? Well, it's going to play the difference because Brian will have to take less fuel. If he takes less fuel, that means he's got a faster pit stop, and that could help him. He's already crossed the line, by the way. He is down the Mulsanne. Fataponte, I think, is crossing. He's at the Ford chicane. You see him there on the screen. Rob's got it ahead of me way earlier. He did a 3:32.849. That's half a second faster than Bonesma.
Nope.
The gap is not
Nope.
0.3 of a second faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I wanted to round up. But the gap's 55 seconds exactly.
Yeah, so it's I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, he's got
I think who has to pit?
Bonesma.
Ooh, yeah.
And I was saying to the lovely folks on the stream, to quote Daniel Morad, it is not about the fastest lap, it's about the fastest stint. So it all comes down to pit stop. By the way, Brad Walsh has retired the car. He's towed it after some heavy damage. Well, we saw the heavy damage. I reckon he's still got hardware failure. And that would be a shame if he had hardware failure, I must be honest. So there are other battles going on, Rob. Can't see them at the moment due to the pit stop rotation. Because some of these cars have taken their final pit stops. Again, nothing unfortunately is happening in the GT1s. One of my favourite classes, and nothing's happening.
I mean, the problem is that there's just not too many of them, and they're all spread out. And especially with the likes of Ivo Andrini and Zimmerman. Two of them are lap stands, so a bit of a foregone conclusion this is.
Oh, knock on wood that no one has an accident in the position.
Oh well, yeah,
change.
of course, yeah, but you know, I'm not sure if we'll see. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure if we will see a position change here in GT1 because it's just the gaps are too great.
So, yeah, it's with 30 minutes. Well, it's 29 minutes and left. Gaps are pretty spread at the moment. We know that Sinenko and I think it was Elder. Was it Elder or was it Perez? It was Perez, sorry. They were having a battle before Sinenko pitted. So there are drivers that haven't pitted. Again, the lead battle could be on a roll of a dice with the pit stops. Bonesma pitted, lap 24? So he will have to pit... Oh, I'm just trying to think. If he's pitted every 12 laps, he will have to pit lap 36. Am I right? So he's got 3 laps left, roughly 2 or 3 laps left. Raidillon guesstimating system in full effect again.
Oh dear, yeah. Our guessing system works like this. We guess. We make no bones about it.
And you can see, Ted, the tyre prediction from Raidillon guesstimating service say that those tyres are tyres.
You're right there, Murray.
Oh, could you imagine what Murray would say about AWS now?
Probably wouldn't even know what it is.
Well, to be fair, did you not hear when he did radio commentary for the Silver? No, he did radio. No, that's right. He did radio commentary for the Nürburgring for Silverstone, right? Mm-hmm. In 2009. This wasn't this. He did the TV commentary for the German Grand Prix. He also did radio for Silverstone. And one of the ladies went, or did TV. One of the people went. I just want you to know, Murray, that you're trending on Twitter. What does that mean? Well, you're trending worldwide to people. Well, hello everyone worldwide on trending. He had no idea what trending worldwide and Twitter was. It was adorable. It really was just that sign of he's just, you know, it is like it's just the technology, you know, speeding past those that weren't used to it. And I would think Murray would probably say there's too much information nowadays. He'd always say there's too much information, and he'd go, I wish, oh no! Bonesman's hit Van Put! Oh no! Bonesman's hit Van Put! I don't think there's damage.
Let's have a look. Did he hit him in the corner?
You'll see. On the run, did you almost
Oh, crikey. That is quite a hit.
That's netcode.
That's quite a hit.
Netcode. That is definitely netcode. Oof. Yeah. And Van Put's got a lot of damage. I think he missed the wall though, didn't he? Yeah. Thankfully, he was at the right part of the track. He did not get hit by any like wall or anything. He didn't have to do a.
That netcode. Have a look. Have a look at this. Have a look at.
Oh.
Yep. There you go.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it again.
Just so unfortunate for Van Put, but unfortunately that is a sheer amount of netcode there, and off he goes.
I understand, yeah. Joe was saying, but at the end of the day, because it's netcode, there's no damage. But here comes Bonesma. He's into the pit. From what I can see, there is no damage to the front because, like I said, if it's netcode, with no offense, it's not going to give you any damage. But here he comes. By the way, Stefan Rossmann has retired the car as well. So he is out of this race. Where is Adam Fastaponti? He is down the Gulf Straight. You're right, Rob. It's not going to happen. Even though you forgot Brian had
the Gulf Straight. He's in the Portuguese.
Sorry, he's down the Busan Straight.
Or coming up
Who's
towards
going into
it,
Porsche,
but,
yeah. In the box now goes Bonesma. Does he take tyres? Well, with 25 minutes left, do you take tyres? Track temp is still 20 Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit. What do you do here? Do you run the risk? You probably don't know that Adam took tyres.
Yes. Oh no, he did not take tires. He's out of the box already.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah,
Beta Ponzi took tyres. Yeah.
Fatchaponti will be on fresh rubber. And Bonesma will be on old tires. He only took fuel for that run and is going to have 24 minutes to defend 15 seconds of a gap, which is about 7 laps. So,
and that's about the time it takes to do tyre change, Rob.
So if he did take the tires, it would have been very, very bad for him.
That is, oh wow, yeah, that's And now Adams had to have a slowdown. Is it a slowdown, or is he just holding up for Brandon Kluge?
Holding up for Brandon Kluge.
Yeah, Kluge. So, I mean, I've never been so enthralled. I've never been glued to a 15-second gap. But here we are. A 15-second gap, and it could happen. There could be a change. We know that Adam has been driving well, but we know that Brian's got those old tyres. But, I mean, look, it's 20 Celsius track temp, 18 Celsius air temp. I think Brian might have made the right move here.
Yeah, I think so too. It depends. It depends. It depends on how much Fatchaponti can make the good tires work. And like we'll only see in 2 laps if the gap difference is, or if the speed difference is big enough for Fatchaponti to make a difference where it counts. But I doubt it. I doubt it at this point.
He would need to have 2 seconds a lap and more at this rate. That you can gain. Probably if you had clear air, you could gain half a second on fresh tyres. But could you gain that much time per lap? I'm not sure. Perez is in the pits, by the way. Now, he was in a battle, and I think that's his battle gone. So it is. So, yeah, unfortunately, Perez in the pits. So I think, yeah, I don't think there's any other battle going on in the HPDs. Like I said, we'll go back to that if we need to. Van Putt did not lose a position, by the way, after that hit. He's still P4 in the GT1s. Now, I was about to say the Porsche Cup car has changed. You can see Wilson Jr. has the lead. Well, the gap's only 5 seconds now between Wilson Jr. and John Lang as well, so we got to keep our eyes on that as well. Both those cars have made their final pit stops.
And both have taken fast repairs.
And both have taken fast repairs. I'm glad you've got that information.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad that I can see that as well now. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, did they take their fast repairs? Yes.
We'll wait and see. It is now basically time watching. For the Cup cars, they don't have to go around traffic. Oh, John Lang's had a moment at Indy. Just as we were saying, he's had a moment and he's in the wall.
Let's have a look at John Lang in position 2. He was first, and then oh dear lord, that is quite a hit on the right hand side. Does he have damage?
That's steering damage. That's steering damage.
Ooh, that is a lot of damage.
Yeah, his car is straight, and that yellow stripe on the center of the wheel is just not hitting the middle. That is steering damage. In fact, look, you can see him. Oh, well, it's the Porsche Cup car. You're gonna have a bit of an issue trying to steer around here, but yeah, I think he's having to do a bit more work right now. You can hear him having to, and look how wide he's going. That is steering damage. Please don't tell me that's a meatball. That is definite steering damage. It's not a meatball.
You can stay out. Oh! But I should have think, could you come into the pits and try and get it fixed, because you might lose time. And Thomas Silbernagel, he's going to be catching up at a rate of knots at this point.
And there's wing damage to Lang. There's wing damage as well. A hit like that would cause wing damage, and you can see it. There is a slope on that wing. And I love having those descriptions of, you can see it, there's the slope, and you can just see. And even that little twist is going to cause issues. Lang is like Missed Apex F1 podcast chance of getting 2 podiums today. No pressure, of course, but and he's really. I don't think he can.
By the way, Brian Boomsma, he's off pace at the moment. He's lost 2 seconds, and he's still losing time comparative to Adam Facciaponti.
So the gap now 16 seconds, and I think it's closing. It's 13, sorry.
Yeah, it's 13 right now. Yeah, it's 13 right now. I think Brian Bonesma got held up. What does the RGS battle forecast say about the striking distance between Bonesma and Facciaponti? Last lap, if at all.
Well, here's something interesting, Rob. Because fuel's playing a factor. Caps is predicting 40.00 laps. If he goes faster, that would go to 41 laps.
Well, that could be an issue for him.
And that was when he crossed the line last lap. So because he got held up, it will go to 40. So he may have just helped in there, because Adam may have been fueling for 41. So that would have also put another lot of fuel in. And you've got to realise that you're looking at. I know back in the LMP1 days, it was 4 litres a lap around here. I can't remember what it is in a GT. An HPD, it's going to be, quite a bit per lap as well. 3 map guys on podium as well. That is a great achievement. I did forget about that. There is 3 guys there for Missed Apex. I forgot there were 2 for the. I forgot there were 2 for the LMP2. I forgot about Stuart Elder. I do apologise. But they do get 3. They could have had 4 at one stage. Unfortunately, Weddle having a couple issues. I think he's got it back though. Is he been out? No, he hasn't. So 17 minutes to go, and we're time watching right now.
Well, I mean, it'd be time watching for Boomsma, but you also got corrected by Gary, because Gary just pointed out there's 3 map guys on podium.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
You said 2 before.
Yeah, I said 3, and I said it could have been 4 because of Weddle. But I tell you what I see. I see Boomsma and Facciaponti on the relative at the same time. Adam can see him on the relative. He's 13, 14 seconds. In fact, to give you an idea, Brian's just exiting Mulsanne 1. Adam will be able to see him if he had a car that was high enough to look over tyre barriers.
I don't think we have a car on the surface that can do that. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, the Pro 4s. The Pro 4 tracks.
Maybe. Well, why would you race them here?
Why not?
It'd take you 10 minutes to get around the track, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and?
The effort of that.
I'd do it.
Nah.
Have you not seen the video of someone taking the...
my God. Facciaponti has gone off at Mulsanne 2. It's all gone wrong for Facciaponti. He's lost the car.
Not what you want to see. And that is going to lose a lot of time. And now he's got an issue. He can't get by Colin Ward. Is he going to be able to get by him from Mulsanne corner? I think he is. Yep, Colin. But that is a big mistake for Adam. And remember, Adam's on the fresher tyres. And he lost a good 5 seconds. Well, more actually.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 seconds. So the battle forecast does indeed say no battle. Now, remember John Lang? He's holding in. He's holding on. But he's also 3 seconds a lap slower. He's hitting 276 down the Mulsanne straight. Right? David Wilson is probably hitting... Well, let's look at Sievernagel, what he was just hitting. 280. So there's a 10-mile-an-hour difference between the two of them.
That's kilometers an hour.
Kilometers, sorry. Not been my day.
No, it's not been. It's not been. A lot of people have had bad days today. It's unfortunate to see, but I mean, I think you've had the worst. Your bad day started even before we started the broadcast.
My bad weekend after what happened yesterday with Watkins.
I suppose you don't want to talk about it.
We got crashed out when we were second in the race. Yeah. Yeah. Mitch was asking me to stop. My teammate has told me to stop. It never happened. What Watkins, Glenn? I don't know what you're talking about.
What's this Watkins, Glenn, you speak of? Huh?
A race happened yesterday? I don't remember one. I just remember working.
Working on you know, getting some pain medication for the headache.
Wow. So, by the way, we have 13 minutes to go. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Raidillon TV. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. By the way, if you want to see more, we're back Wednesday night with some more league racing. And also next Saturday, we're back for the Major Series because I think the best race you will see this month is going to happen. Because next week is the Predator Series at Tsukuba. I've never done any type of commentary at Tsukuba. I've never seen multi-class.
I'm just going to say this. Be prepared to laugh your ears off.
It promises to be fun. So you will get news of that when that happens. By the way, Stuart Elder's in the pits now. So he's coming in for his final pit stop. So unfortunately, that means Missed Apex do not get a 1-2-3. I say that Yambroni is coming into the pits. But there goes Sinenko. He finally gets his P3 back, or does he? Where's Elder? Yeah, he's just coming up now into the pit. Sinenko's going to get his P3 back after taking 2 positions. So Sinenko with the undercut did work. It did not work for Adam Fittipaldi, and the gap's now 30 seconds. He's lost more. Hang on, he's lost more time this lap.
Wait, who has?
Adam. He started the lap 22 seconds behind. He's now 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's made another mistake.
Made another mistake, and Rob will probably find it. I'm not entirely sure myself. I'm going to guess that's probably a slowdown. Didn't see anything at Mulsanne. So, I'm not entirely sure. Here it comes.
Let's have a look. I'm trying to see if this is what I think it is. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. Thank you for, like, popping up and speaking to us after 90 years.
Wow, Nightbot. Nice to see you.
Oh, please don't tell me he got a slowdown for that. He got a slowdown because he accidentally did not cross back over the white line.
That's interesting.
Oh no, he's losing time. He's losing time over the entire lap. What's wrong? There's something wrong with the car.
You don't think he's got floor damage, do you?
I don't know. But he's lost another second. There's something wrong with his car.
We're going to have to keep an eye on the speeds in a minute, just to see. There could be something wrong. By the way, as Bonesman crosses the time, 40.01.
His gearing is...
So,
Oh. Yeah, his gearing's all off. Like, listen to his gearing. What's he doing?
is he fuel saving? I'm trying to listen as well. I'm not entirely sure. What
he's short shifting. I'm listening to it now. He is short shifting.
Well, Bonesmud takes 310, 311, takes 311 kilometers right at the end of the Mulsanne into the Mulsanne 1.
Don't go off. Fatchapotti he's suffering in that car. There's something wrong with it.
And is that another off track? No. So let's see what he can do in the let's see what he can do down the Mulsanne straight. He is not going to get any slipstream. He's faster than Colin Ward, but he's not going to get any slipstream. Now he gets a slipstream. 300. Can he hit 311? Well, he's going to hit 311. He gets slipstream. So, no, he lifts. He's not even going for the overtake.
Oh, he's fuel saving, I think. I'm trying to listen to it, but it's so difficult.
Just in that cockpit, and it was just like he's lifting. What's going on? Yeah, I think you're right. I think there is an issue there with fuel.
John Lang's bad day is getting much worse because there's this car. They call it the car 77, being driven by Thomas Silbernagel, and it's right on his back bottom right about now. And John Lang, I mean, credit to him, he's basically driving a very undrivable car that's now got damage and is now very undrivable.
Well, it's not a meatball.
It's not a meatball.
How's that not?
Yeah,
how's that not a meatball? I don't know.
Yeah, but still, I don't want to drive that thing. I wouldn't want to drive it. The RDS fuel saving forecast is sorry, just to say, Thomas Silbernagel making a buy. John letting him through because there's a 28-second gap between John Lang and Jack Weddle, so I think he just wants to conserve, get third position, keep it handy in pocket, be a grand with it.
Well, to be fair, we haven't talked about the standings, have we? Because let's be brutally honest, like, because we're looking at 3 classes, we're looking at 3 winners, right? So, who are our top 10? Well, we'll call it 11 because of how it is. Alan Facaponti, because the 10, there's 2 people tied for 10th. See what I mean? Adam Facaponti, pole, leading the championship with 98 points. Sean Brown, 83 points. Mike Gaunt, 78. Eric Feek, 77. Brandon Kluger, 76. Colin Ward, 75. Bonesman, Jack Weddle, Stefan Rossman, 70. Sam Watley, Troy Anderson, 68. So if Steven, you think about it, Silbernagel, he's 20th with 59 points. Even with a P3, he gets a good result here. And I think that's what he wants to look for. A result like that can really help him. Also, probably the same reason why Adam is not really pushing Brian at the moment. You think about it. But the gap, it's definitely up to 40 seconds now. And again, he's having issues as Facaponti. So definitely, I think that is fuel saving. That number stays, by the way, at 40.01.
Yeah.
Which means it's a 40-lap race.
It's not going to be a 40-lap race. It's going to be 41.
Now, it is one of those situations, Rob, where it says 40.01.
Right.
But because of the way it's done with the timing, they may not get the white flag, but it will be the white flag. You won't see the white flag. I'll see the white flag. I'll let you know.
You are forgetting that I have VATFul, and it tells me when the white flag happens.
You are forgetting that I'm in the race.
Okay, fair enough. You got me there.
Right, Jack Weddle, Eric Fieke having a battle right in front of Adam Fittipaldi. Fieke is going to try and take Weddle, and this day has just got bad. Weddle had started P3, and he's now down to 5th as Fieke gets by him after Weddle had to take a pit stop there. Fieke up to 4th, Weddle is now 5th. As they just have the HPD of Fittipaldi go by. Here, Fieke will just go, I will take that, thank you very much. And an extra position for a man who's 4th in the championship will help him, because where's Mike Gaunt? He's out of the race. Where is Sean Brown? He's P2 in his own class. Adam Fittipaldi, P2 in his own class. That overtake for Eric is crucial if he wants to catch up. He was only a point behind Gaunt. He's going to be taking a lot more points as Gaunt will go down the order. But also, Eric gets a point for top 5 as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to see.
He's going to be knocking on the doors.
Just to cut across, I just wanted to see one thing. I just wanted to see this because I'm pretty sure Thomas Silbernagel made a mistake going into it. He did. And that has let John Lang back on by, but only very temporarily.
Ah, don't. That sounds horrible. Only temporarily, yeah. He's right on the back of John Lang right now. Half a second.
I mean, the problem is that John Lang is dealing with damage, and he's going all the way. He has to go all the way around with damage.
Right, I need to check something here. What? 3 minute 30 laps. There's 3 minute 10 left. Brian Bonesma just crossed the finish line. It's lap 40 of 40.00. This is the final lap. And he's overtaken Lang and Silbernagel, so they'll finish. He won't go past Wilson. Wilson will have to do another lap. So the winner of the Porsche Cup car will have to do a lap on his own, basically.
He could still catch back up to him. He's only coming up to Mulsanne 1.
That's 15 seconds, Rob.
Yeah. Do you not know the speed difference?
Yeah, you're right.
The LMP2s are 30 seconds a lot faster.
Well, I know who will have to go around again. It's the current leader of the GT1s, Murtazoglu. He will be taking the white flag. He'll be taking more than the white flag. He has to go around again. And he's halfway through this lap, so he'll have to go around once again. But this is I'm looking at predictions. I believe this is the last lap of the race.
You could be right.
I could be right. I could be right. So, unfortunately, no battles at the moment. I say that. Roberto De Phillips has lost a little bit of time to Troy Anderson. I mean a bit of time. There was a second and a half between them. Now, Anderson looks like he's going to be making a move. This is the P8. All the positions count here. Around the outside, coming down the Gulf Straight. He's going to have to go around the outside for Indianapolis. Does Phillips respond? Got nothing. And Anderson, again. No, sorry, I'll take that back. The cutback by Phillips. They're side by side, going down into Arnage. Who's going to blink? Does Anderson go for the dead or going too wide into Arnage? They tried. Phillips got nowhere to go. He goes off. Did I just see a cut back halfway through Indianapolis? I think I did.
Yeah, you did. It was a cut back and then another cut back.
Crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, I probably have, but not on purpose. Great driving by both of these, though, and unfortunately, Arnage is not really the corner on the track you want to go too wide, so Phillips has got to do it all again, and they have to do one more lap, by the way. So that's all fine, but Brian Bonesma, he's down the Gulf Straight right now, and he's just having the time of his life. Can Fittipaldi hold on? Well, I think he's got enough fuel to survive. He's a minute and a half ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, and all that Brian Bonesma has to do is get home. And that will be a win for the Missed Apex guys. I'm sure they'll be pretty happy about that.
He knows it. We're talking about you, Brian. I saw you flashing. There you go, Brian. He's taking a victory. You know how, like, when they do the triathlon and other stuff, they grab the flag off the side of the road from a spectator? That's what he's doing. He's celebrating early. He's flashing the lights. He knows it. He breaks for the penultimate corner. Into the 4 chicanes he goes. And the winner of Le Mans 2.4 for the European Sportsman is Brian Boomsma. From start to finish, dominance by the Missed Apex podcast driver.
Very well done by him, and a commanding drive by Boomsma. Unfortunately, Adam Ponti, look at him, Adam Ponti, just unfortunately could not get it. And here he comes around to do his own taking of the flag. He'll be coming home in second place. And then we have Sebastian Sienko, a minute and 29 seconds behind him, coming home in third, but is under threat from Elvis Banello. So, still watch the space.
We will also, by the way, we missed the top 3 in the Porsche Cup cars of Wilson, Siebenagel, and Lang finishing first, second, and third for the lat. So we missed that battle. But like I said, this here, Sinenko and Banello, not sure what's happened here. There was almost 3 second gap between these two. Don't tell me traffic has caused these guys to bunch up. That's a lapped LMP. That's a lapped HPD. They're still LMP2s to me, and he lets them by. So the gap is half a second now. It's growing, 0.7 of a second. You can see that Elvis is really going for this. He'll get the slipstream down the Busan straight. Gap is half a second. Now, what's the speed difference? Sinenko gets a bit more speed out of that. It was half a second. It's going to go up a little bit here. But Banello will get the slipstream down the Busan straight. And now they're matching. Now Elvis is faster. But they're coming up to the braking zone. Elvis has to find something. Trying to be aggressive for the first braking point of Porsche curves. Nothing happening. Now he's in that dirty air, that tricky, dirty air. He's trying to find every part he can. The gap is 0.3 of a second. The only place he's going to make a move here is going to be a late lunge into fourth. Does he get a slowdown there? He does not. All he's got left is a hard braking point, and Sebastian knows it. He's going to take the middle of the track. Elvis can't get it. 2 more corners to go. 1 more corner to go with the 4 chicane. Sebastian is struggling. Sebastian with a mistake in the Ford. It's a drag race. Can he hold on? Just holds on. Just holds on there. He had a small mistake at the final corner. Wow, that was fun.
Let me just show you that from the other perspective of Sebastian Sienko, because this is how close it was. As you can see, coming up to the line, side-by-side action. Just a little bit of the less of the throttle. If Banello had fed it in more, sort of feathered it more, definitely would have been a lot closer. But 0.048 of a second separated the two of them at the line, and that was very, very close.
Man, that sausage curb is not to be hit by a prototype. You can see why that almost was disaster for Sebastian there, but managed to recover pretty well. By the way, started 13th, finished 3rd. He made the most of that chaos at the start of the race and kept the pace up. And fantastic drive from Sebastian, let's be brutally honest. That's great driving by him. Murtazoglu just finishing as well. He's taken the victory as well. And I think everybody else, I'm just trying to see if there's anybody left out there still left to finish. There is, actually. I think the last car we'll be looking at is... No, I think that's it.
It is indeed, as I say, it. So, that is the race over. Let's get to the results.
Was that like a drum roll? I can't roll my R's very well.
That was me trying a drum roll, yes.
Results, yes, that's all I can do. I'll let you take them.
Okay, fair enough. So, for LMP2, or the HPD class, Brian Boomsma takes the big old W, followed by Adam Facciaponte, Sienko in the number 97, Elvis Banello in the 227 in 4th position, Stuart Elder, good on him, for 5th, Jan Brony in 6th. In 7th position is Perez in the number 70 car, followed by Roberto De Filippi. And these are massive gaps to the leader. The field did definitely spread out quite considerably, given the fact. In 9th position is Troy Anderson. 10th is, I think it's Peter Dolomer. I think it is anyway. It is Peter Dolomer.
Yep.
Dolomer.
Can I just say, let's just get Brian in quickly, because I think he does have a little bit of time. While we let the results by, we'll just get Brian in quickly. He said he's in a bit of a hurry. Brian, congratulations for that win. I'd like to say it was pretty convincing after what happened with the start. I don't know if you saw anything in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, no. But I didn't saw anything in my mirror, but I saw it on the relative, and I was like, huh? Number 8 is already in spot number 4, you know? So I was like, what happened? But yeah, and then I think the numbers 2 and 3 took a slowdown already at the first straight, so...
It was chaos.
Yeah, it was quite a nice start for me, though.
I think you gained 8 seconds, and then you just continue to pull and continue to pull. At one stage, you were about 20 seconds up ahead. Adam did close the gap at one stage, but was there any concern for you? Was it just a straightforward, just no issue apart from lap traffic?
No, there wasn't any concern because he already took the pit stop way earlier, and so I knew he was on light fuel. And I also pitted for new tires. I don't think he did. But yeah, I saw that I had a gap of 25 seconds, so I just took the new tires because I had the time to take them. And I knew he was on low fuel. That was the reason why he closed in. But yeah, I knew I had to make a small pit stop and he needed to make a big one. So no concerns at all.
Now, I'm not going to shame you because it was not your fault, but we did catch the unfortunate netcode issue.
Yeah,
we did.
All right, thanks you guys saying it's netcode as well.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of netcode.
Yeah, it was also a kind of weird situation because he left the door open as well, and then all of a sudden he still thinks like, let's go on the inside. Well, I was already almost. Then I brake, and yeah, then the netcode. So it was a bit of a misunderstanding, I think. But I saw he didn't got any damage, so I was happy with that.
I think of all the corners you could have hit him, you hit him in the best corner because he had all that runoff that he just slid backwards. He was quite lucky. So, and you got lucky as well. You didn't get any damage, thankfully, because of the netcode. So I think you also did well.
Yeah, but still, I went into the pit lane and took the fast repair because I knew I was already in the pit window to go to the end of the race. So, yeah, no any harm done there, luckily.
That was fantastic. Rob, I don't know if you got any other questions?
How was the HPD out there?
Yeah, ask me why I chose this car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why'd you choose the HPD?
That's what I was going to say. Why did you choose it?
Well, I choose it because Adam chose it as well, and I wanted to ruin his win streak. Yeah, that's the only reason.
Some rivalry.
I'm gonna point you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and it worked out. So my evening can't be broken anymore.
That's brilliant. I like that. That is some fighting talk there, because I think as well that puts you up the order. I think that may put you in the top 3 now.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. I hope he isn't listening to this, but I'm just gonna choose every car he chooses until he is not first anymore.
He does watch back the streams. Every stream he watches them back. So yes, he will have heard you just say that.
So Brian, the question is then. The question is, my next question was, next race, July 11th. It's wildcard weekend. It's either the Chili Bowl, it's either the Rallycross of Norway, or it's the Crandon World Cup. Are you saying you're going to follow Adam into whichever race he does?
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what car he chooses, and then I'm gonna pick that car as well. But wildcard, I think, is all the same car. I haven't checked on it yet. So
no, it's 3 different races for the 3 different races for the wildcard weekend.
Yeah, only one counts for our scoreboard.
So yeah, you're gonna be following him everywhere now. You're gonna be trying to catch him and make inroads on his. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, you know that it was. If he took the DB, I would have taken the DB, and yeah, it was nice. So that I took the win and he got second, so it all worked out.
Well, we're having a bit of trash talk. Here is Adam. Gentlemen, today's over. Get yourself back in the corners. Round 2 will commence in July 11th. But Adam, congratulations for a P2 there, by the way, Adam. Adam? Yeah.
I was just going to wait until you guys were done with Brian, but congrats to Brian. I mean, he ran a great race. He got off to a heck of a start, and at that point, I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to catch him. So I just tried to settle down and just run clean, and was making too many mistakes. So I tried to just kind of calm that down and figured maybe second might come to me. I think Elvis was faster than me, but looked like he had some problems too. So congrats to Brian and also to the other class winners. Great job. The traffic was pretty good today. It was good race. It wasn't my best race, but even if I brought my A game, I don't think I could have beat Brian.
Yeah, you put some pressure on me though, but good job on the second place though, Adam. I think you haven't heard what I just said, so that's good.
Oh.
I do feel like Patrick Ponte is going to put this in his notes. Just like, watch back the stream, see where Boomsman, sorry, did that trash talk, and we'll have a nice, clean, fun race next time around.
No, it wasn't trash talk.
No, it's all friendly talk at the end of the day. We know everyone here. I think one thing about competition is it makes people better. It brings out probably the better in you. I mean, you're in an environment where you're battling somebody, not seriously, but just for something, and it just pushes both of you a little bit further and a little bit faster, which I think is great. And we're all friends here. It's a fantastic community in the Majors series, so it's going to be fantastic. So once again, Brian, thank you, congratulations. And I got to ask Adam quickly.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thank you. All the best, Brian. Adam, that start. I mean, Brian didn't see it because he just kept going forward. Talk us through it.
Are you referring to the guys spinning behind me on the start, or all the?
Yeah. Did you get by it as well? Did you? I thought you didn't get, but I thought you got caught up in it.
Behind me, it was the 4th place car. I was trying to leave. I was trying to go through that final chicane single files. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all I saw was behind me. The guys got crossed up and started spinning. So yeah, I was in front of that. So, but then Brian he took off and he got a great start, and me and Elvis I think both got slowdowns going on to Mulsanne, and then I got a couple slowdowns in the first few laps. I just kept making mistakes, and he just kept getting further away. But like I said, I mean, even if I brought my best pace, I don't think I could have kept up with him. He was just a little bit faster than me, even when I was hitting the lap. So, good for him. That's awesome. He did a great job at as I recall at the Nürburgring too. He won his class there. So he's fast on these road courses.
Yeah, no, I do remember at one stage you did take the fastest lap, and then out of nowhere he just threw in the only time in the 3:30s all race. There was a moment at the end. I've got to pick this out. I think we commented on the stream as well. You came into your final pit stop. You took tires. He didn't, and the gap was 15 seconds, which I think would have put both of you right next to each other. Was that a case of because you already double stinted the tires and needed a new set?
Well, no, I was on a totally different. I didn't take tires on my last stop. I just had to take more fuel. I had the longer stop. I did kind of short stops. The first 2 stops, I took less than a full tank. The first 2 stops. So then on the 3rd stop, I had to take more. So yeah, I took my tires on the 2nd stop. It's just that 3rd stop I had to take more fuel. So I mean, it all kind of balances out. I mean, if I did the longer stops, the first 2, I would have been further behind anyway. So it all kind of balanced out to where I don't think it really mattered. That was just how I planned it out. But and then at the end, my thing was telling me I didn't have enough fuel, so I was fuel saving, and then I spun on like 2 to go. But I had a big enough gap for 3rd.
We call that.
Yeah, I was just kind of limping around, and sometimes when you're taking it too easy, you get kind of out of your rhythm, and you just start making dumb errors. So I was paying attention, and I spun in one of the chicanes.
I don't know if you've got anything to add, Rob.
Yeah, how was the car to drive out there? Because I heard what Boomsma had said, and he liked the car. But give us your thoughts on the HPD.
It's a fun car to race. I thought the conditions were good. I mean, we got a relatively cool track. It was driving fine. I just wasn't fast enough. But as far as the car itself, I mean, I like the HPD. Whenever we've had it in multi-class races in the majors, I usually drive it. And this race, I was going to try the 3 different cars, but like an idiot, I tried the HPD first, and then after you do that, you try to drive a GT car. It's like, oh my god, they feel like a boat, you know. You mentioned the HPD's open cockpit, and when I got in, I think it was the Porsche, I felt like I couldn't see anything, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going back to the HPD.
And how was the traffic out there? Like, I know for the fastest cars, it usually can be like, especially for the LMP2s or the HPDs, they were used to being sort of the middleman in races, but now you guys are the fastest class. How's traffic out there? How is it like to navigate?
I thought it was fine. I mean, of course you're going to have those times where you come upon somebody in the wrong spot, you lose a bunch of time, but I just kind of try to accept that and not get too frustrated over it. For the most part, people were very courteous. Nobody did anything, weird or stupid around me anyway. So I'm not sure how everybody else had it, but for me, traffic I thought was fine. Everybody did a good job. A lot of people were courteous. It's just one of those things. You feel like if you're gonna lose time somewhere, you'll gain it back somewhere else when the other guy has a bad lap with traffic. So I try not to let that get to me. It does sometimes, but you just try to tell yourself it'll balance out.
So, still leading the championship. Not that not that you're looking like you're just continuing and just doing each race as it comes one at a time. It's wildcard next time, July 11th, as we were talking to Brian about it. It's either the Chili Bowl, it's either Rallycross, or it's the Crandon World Cup. Now, I know that you say that you're not the strongest road racer, or is it the strongest oval racer? Have you circled this as on what you prefer to do that weekend, or have you not even looked yet?
Well, I'm going to be doing the Rallycross. I've only done one Rallycross event before, and I'm not very good at it, so I was not looking forward to that on the calendar. I was hoping to get out of here with a good finish going into that race, because I'm kind of skeptical about how I'm going to do there. But I was skeptical about how I do in the modifieds in New Hampshire, and I did all right there, so we'll see. I mean, knock on wood, hopefully I just have a decent finish there, don't lose too many points. But yeah, that one's definitely been on my radar for a couple races now. Like, oh damn, we got that coming up. I don't know how I'm gonna do there.
I've got to admit, I don't know about Rob. Rob will probably agree with me. I looked at that and thought, well, I've done some dirt road racing and I didn't like it. I tried the dirt midget when we did the playoffs for Major Series last year, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I guess Rallycross is the only thing I know. So I don't know about you, Rob. I bet you're probably the same. You've got no idea, because we're going in this blind. I think all three of us.
Yeah, I think. Well, it'll like the Rallycross stuff. I would probably actually have a good idea, because on my off time I sort of watch the Rallycross stuff, and I kind of have a fair idea of what to expect. But it's gonna be difficult. I think. It's more difficult to drive. Like, for us, we just have to sit there and just talk about it. But for the actual driver, it's going to be pretty toasty out there.
Well, Adam, once again, I don't know if you've got anything else to add, Rob.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have any shoutouts?
Oh.
Sure. I'd like to say congrats to Mike Ouellette and the whole Majors team. This was their 100th race. And that's a huge milestone for a league that only runs, 14 races a year. And it's a great league. I've really enjoyed it. This is my, I think, third full-time season with it. And just congrats to those guys. They're doing a great job. And that's really huge to have them hit 100 wins or 100 races. And I'm just happy to be here. And and congrats to them too on that 24-hour race. I don't know if you guys watched some of that, but I thought it was incredible the way they put that together, and they just such a huge event. So congrats to those guys. They deserve a lot of credit for what they do for us.
Yeah, I commentated on it.
Yeah, Rob was commentating. Unfortunately, I was a bit busy that weekend. I would have loved to have helped. But I saw a lot. I saw some of it, and I thought it was just fantastic. So I think I echo that. I mean, especially Rob was there, so I gotta applaud Rob as well for what he did. But it was
that's
fantastic.
a bear to broadcast a 24-hour race. So good job, man.
Oh, we've done it. We've both done it. We've both done a 24-hour broadcast. It was not fun.
Yeah, because
on our own as well.
Yeah, because we did it on our own, and I fell asleep on stream. So
I think people have to give you that one. I think anybody would.
I was forced to go to sleep by Rob, and I got back, and I thought I would scare him by screaming "Good morning, Le Mans," and he wasn't there, and I looked like an idiot on the stream to about the 5 people watching at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, thank you once again. Well done on the P2. We will hopefully see you with the European wildcard next time. All the best, my friend, and go and have some rest.
All right, thanks, guys. Take it easy.
You take it easy, Nip.
Take it, yeah. Well, Rob, I've loved doing Le Mans. I've missed it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've done about you.
I've missed it as well. But would you have to say goodbye to it again?
I
know.
Okay.
I know. So it breaks my heart as well.
Well, I will say once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with us as well. If you like what you see on Raidillon TV, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Our membership tiers are there as per usual. The super chat is there as well for any donations you would like to give, if anything. We're not pressurizing you, do not worry. Underneath the video, of course, once again, a link to our Discord community, which we're currently sitting in. It's very nice. This cabinet we've got here is pretty
cozy.
pretty roomy.
Yeah, it's pretty cozy.
Yeah, it's pretty roomy.
Yeah.
But do join us. It's a very nice little community as well. Once again, trackcams22.com. Thank you once again for letting us use these cameras. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, it's fantastic to see camera angles that make you feel like you're watching the real race with those camera angles down the start-finish straight, down the Mulsanne straights. It's fantastic. Thank you once again. As I said earlier, we will be back Wednesday night for the Racing Sim Rigs World Series at Suzuka. But for Major Series, no. We're not back in less than a month. No, we're back next week, like we said. Next Saturday night, the Tsukuba 90 minutes for the Predator Series. Oh, man. Mazdas and TCRs and Radicals at Tsukuba. Oh, my.
Yeah, at the Tsukuba 2000. So the biggest track.
Oh.
Now, I remind you that track is very tiny. And there's Mazdas going around it, and Audi TCRs, and the SR8s. So be prepared to laugh your ears off.
I tell you what, it's going to be chaos. We cannot wait. It's just up your street. If you love to see the chaos that we bring, we're just chaos between the two of us. We're so professional.
Yeah, exactly.
We're so professional.
Exactly.
We're doing a sign off here, and we just break the sign off.
I'll break the sign off. Don't worry about it. Worry about it.
I'm not worrying about it, but I will say, ladies and gentlemen, that my name has been Craig.
And I have been Robert O'Brien.
This once again has been Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, everybody.